What? Meh. There we go. What was that all about? What was that all about? It's messed up. It's messed up. It's messed up. Oh. We get this one now.
Well, I've been waiting for all these years just to see you come back home.
Oh, no, wait a minute. Well, listen, can we hang out sometime first? Oh. Hello, everybody. Welcome in, welcome in. And this is good hype music to begin a night of goofs and gaffs and horrors beyond mortal comprehension. I actually don't know if there's any eldritch horror in Scarlet Hollow. Seems all... Actually, I mean, controlling human beings as puppet people definitely seems kind of eldritch or otherworldly in nature, huh? Yeah, it kinda sucks. Yeah. Call myself out like that, but whatever. Get some wow with the... So, first stream of the week, baby. And we're doing Scarlet Hollow. Tomorrow, I think I already know what we're doing. I think we're gonna do some Hat in Time, cause I plan on finishing up Scarlet Hollow tonight, and kind of just jumping between short games that I can get done in like a day, to like jumping between shorter games or just games that don't really need episodes to them. You know, they can kind of just hop in whenever. And, yeah, it's like that sort of thing. Nothing comes easy, nothing comes easy. You and I will end together. But yeah, so we're gonna do Hat in Time tomorrow. Is there anything else that I'm thinking of? Right, yeah, it's probably gonna jump between a Hat in Time and Cassette Beasts. Because I didn't realize how long Cassette Beast was. Seems like it's gonna take a minute to beat. Especially to, like, get all the DLC done and get everyone's relationship statuses up properly. It's gonna take a minute. And also, I kind of want to add a Hat in Time to the Archipelago. The Archipelago roster I can do, you know? But I don't like the Archipelago games I've never beaten or never played, so yeah. I mean, Refunct is different. Literally, if I played Refunct, I probably would have honestly understood how to, you know, but it doesn't matter. What matters is Scarlet Hollow. Now, we're definitely getting done with episode 4 tonight. And I would prefer to get done with chapter 5 as well. However, depending on how 4 ends, I might want to leave it for a cliffhanger. I might cliffhanger it. I don't know. It depends on how E4 ends. Because if E4 ends early, we'll pivot to another... We'll pivot to, like, Minecraft or like, Ellen or something. Elin. Elin could be fun. I have not touched Elin since I last streamed it, so that could be fun. Could run some... I don't know. I don't know what we'll do, but... I'm not maybe sorcery or something. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Oh. Anyway, yeah, so all of that is just filler work. The past 5 minutes have been filler work just because I did not care. Like, I want it to be easy so I can splice out easily what I need and what I don't need to do. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want it to get copyright claimed or you know, because the other video got copyright claimed. Bad. And I need, like, the Soulbound stream we did. Not late this time. I know, I'm actually on top of it. No, actually, technically I am an hour late. I will admit, I wanted to start at 8, but oopsie poopsie. Oopsie poopsie. But yes. What happened? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? No. Did I say you were magical? I think I'm just doing. Delivery, it's Giorno. Anyway, let's hop into Scarlet Hollow. What did you get copyrighted for? I don't. Hold on. Wait, actually, you make such a good point. I'm so curious. I got 22 copyright because of the ads. Well, I think it's first off, it's because wait, was it the Soling? It might have been another one. It might have been another one. Hold on. Let me actually check real quick. Cuz one of them just killed. I got like 22 copyright claims. That might have been on Twitch, not YouTube. I do not know. Hold on. Let me go to this. Let me go to this. There was, yeah, oh, on the Scarlet Hollow. Is it Scarlet Hollow? No, because they did the, no, not that one. Which one was it? 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 Hold on. I might have already just, oh, was it this one? No shot, it's this one, right? It was this one. Okay, yeah, it was Cobblemon because I got nothing better to do. I did not know that these were copyrighted. But they're only blocked in some territories. Soulbound? No. I don't think it was Soulbound. Soulbound doesn't tell me... Wait, where is Soulbound? What? Oh, did... Huh? Was it... What happened to Soulbound? Epic stuff was... All the epic stuff. Hold on. Oh, okay, it's because I changed the thumbnail. Okay, that's what it was. No, it wasn't that. Hold on. Was it on Twitch, maybe? Yeah, epic stuff got just hold on. Let me go to content, video, copyright claims manager. I have 0 of that, but I could have swore I had. You didn't stream epic though? Not in the Soulbound thing, but I did not in the Soulbound thing, but I did stream it in the I did stream it on the it was when I got bored in Cobblemon back like July 29th. Was it July 29th? No, July 27th. It was when I had to unlist it because it got partially blocked, and I really don't feel like going through and undoing all of that. You'll probably never be able to find it on the channel. I unlisted it, so if you liked it, you can do it, but there is no. But you could probably find it. I didn't get copyrighted. That's on YouTube. On Twitch, I didn't get copyrighted. On YouTube, I got, and you only streamed to Twitch. Oop. You know, I do actually kind of want to try something tomorrow. I think my average is too high, and that's what's making my Twitch stream unstable. So I think I need to take it out. Full on using songs. I can't change the bitrate live, can I? That'd be pretty freaking sick. Ooh, I can change it live. Hey, you want to watch me ruin everything? Well, it's recording. I'm just going to change broadcasting. So I think this should work good for that. Recording's still going to be 8, though. 8, though. I keep 8. There we go. Now YouTube's probably gonna struggle here for a second now, right? Yeah, is lower than the recommended bitrate. Yeah, YouTube requires a giant rip-off shadow mantle. That's messed up. This is so sad. This is so sad. This is, first off, distinct. Okay. I don't know, we'll see. Anyway. She's not even shadow man, she's a shadow monster. Boom. Boom. There we go. He's no longer on the stream. I might not work on the server. Yeah, honestly, just take a break. You were grinding so much. Scarlet Hollow contains occasional light flashing effects. I'll also just go. By default, Scarlet. Okay, I don't need to read this out. Game preference. No, Minecraft. Actually, no. Minecraft is calming. You won't be able to save everyone. You might not even be able to save yourself. Welcome home. Yeah, but it is a lot to do, though. You know? Like, Minecraft is chill when you don't have a massive project going on. But when you've got a massive project going on. Like, when you're just chilling out in Minecraft, that's one thing. But when you're, oh, let me find you. Let me just turn that off. Man. Yeah. So, we're doing it. We're finishing the blind playthrough of Scarlet Hollow tonight. Maybe. Why? Wait, what did Automod do? What did he do? Oh, held a message for reason misogyny. Wow, I can't believe you're a misogynist, Mystic. That's crazy. Hold on. I need this. Hold on. What is it? Is it you? Is it? Hold on. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Let me just show this on stream real quick. I need to download this. I need to break a certain block. I'm not adding context to this. You need to see. Hold on. Careful, you're about to get banned. You're about to get banished to the Shadow Realm if you're not careful. Is it gonna show here? I can't believe you're a misogynist, Mystic. I can't believe that you would do that. I'm gonna allow it in the chat. I'm gonna allow it. Does Automod ever do that, like that style of stuff to you in anyone else's chat, or is it just mine? I'm gonna cry myself to sleep. Oh. Well, I exploded your phone bat, I exploded your phone charge, I made your noodles cook out way too quick. What else have I done? Made your computer freeze? My bots hate you. I wonder. Hold on, I need to... Uh, uh, I'm gonna. uh, uh, seems like seems like I've just gotten. I really do, I really do just drain your luck towards myself. Huh. You know, I don't typically do that to anybody else. Racist bots. Hashtag Automod is a racist. I mean, well, I mean, it might be racist, but you're misogynistic. I mean, the proof is in the pudding, you know? There's so many things open in here. Why is there so many? Yeah, I mean, I can't believe that you'd be like, I can't believe that you would say this live on television. Hold on, let me find this real quick. I mean, I can't believe you'd say this, you know? Like, I just can't believe that you'd say this. I'm getting that. I don't have the energy to deal with this. Okay, I'll stop messing around. I'm gonna frame it up on my wall. Cut that out, print it, frame it up on my wall. Anyway, let's get back on topic. I feel like we've gone to so off topic. So we've lost the plot right now. We're too lost in the sauce. We gotta relock in. This is probably the final stream of Scarlet Hollow live. Until, well, it is. Until episode 6 and 7 come out. I am so hyped. Not the last time we're playing Scarlet Hollow, by the way, though. I am going to be this game is going to be replayed. This is going to be replayed. It's going to be replayed. Absolutely. Absolutely. So, like, yeah. But because there are a bunch of different traits, and a bunch of different traits that do a bunch of different benefits, and I just really want to try that out. And I'm not really out of the whole time that you've done this. But anyway, let's get straight into this. Sybil closes the door to the tea room. The bells of its door strangely flatten the stale air of the nearly empty general store. What's up, my y'alls? I'm not even gonna talk to that guy. Check on Kanika. You're not going anywhere before checking in on Kanika. You make your way upstairs. You knock on Kanika's door. Mom, I really don't need any more tea. I think I'm just gonna lie down for a while. I'm not your mom. Oh, Medici, what's up? I could use a breather. Let's hang out for a minute. Sorry, Medici, my mom was right. I'm exhausted. I probably shouldn't push it or I'll wind up worse off tomorrow. Looks like you're on your own. Oh well, I tried. You make your way out of the general store and down the road to the clinic. You make your way up the familiar hill, past the rows of ragged houses that make up Scarlet Hollow's residential area. It isn't long before you find yourself outside of Dr. Kelly's clinic, its secrets enticing you to find a way in. Even at the bottom of the hill, you can already feel the presence. It's like a magnet has been fixed to your ribcage, gently tugging you forward, guiding you towards whatever emits this compulsive frequency. Let's just see. 1 fella, 2 fella, 3 fella, 4. Is it a bunch of fellas over here? I think. Fella there, any on the rooftops, any in the windows. You. I think there's Wayne! Yo, my boy Wayne is over there! Yo, what's poppin', Wayne? Sorry, lock in. You can see the hill Sybil was talking about, wrapped around the back of the old hospital like a stone blanket. It should take you directly up to the second floor of the unlocked doors of the terrace. As soon as you finish your thoughts about jumping under the terrace, a dull throb sets into your knees. There's no way you're doing that. See if I'm gonna see if she can give me it. You've aged at least a decade in the past day. That's gotta be a medical anomaly, right? Maybe you can see if Dr. Kelly can give you a checkout while you figure out a way to explore the rest of the clinic. You open the door to the clinic. It creaks loudly on its hinges. The interior feels surprisingly modern compared to its exterior, though you can still glimpse the ornate bones of the building peeking through, and the decorative molding and overly complicated banister lining the stairway. You can feel that old and odd sensation again, the nagging pull of whatever it was that wanted you to find it. But before it can drag you too far into the clinic, Dr. Kelly puts aside her paperwork and makes her way down the hall. Hello, can I help you? What happened to you? You look like you're middle-aged. You didn't look middle-aged last night. I sacrificed years of my life to exercise a ghost from Oscar's house last night. It's a long story. Not so long that you couldn't sum it up in a sentence, though. Thank you for sparing me the novel of your exploits. Just write down ghost age patients 15 to 20 years in their file. To give you a checkup, follow me. Yes, please. My bone ache. The doctor directs you down a hallway. You follow her into the clinic's exam room. Just gonna start with some genetic diagnostics, but I'd also like to do some blood work today if you're amenable to it. She presses the cold metal of her stethoscope to your chest. Have you heard from Stella? No one knows where she is. Dr. Kelly briefly removes the stethoscope from your chest. Stella's missing? This is the first time I'm hearing about it. I haven't seen her. Make sure to check with Reese. I know he hears from her pretty frequently. But let's finish this up first. Place it back on your chest. Give it to me straight, Doc. How much longer do I got left? It's gonna take the whole ghost thing at face value. Look, I have no idea what happened to you last night. It completely defies everything I know about medical science. Until your condition starts to make sense, I think it's easier for both of us if I just take what you told me at face value. Give it to me straight, Doc. How much longer I got left? Shh. No doctor can know something like that for sure. I'll know more when I get the blood work back, but I really won't be able to give you any solid numbers. Wish I'd been able to do any diagnostics before whatever happened, so I'd have something to compare this to. Is the heart murmur new? No doctor has ever said that you had a heart murmur. Before you can answer, she attaches a blood pressure cuff to your arm, inflating it with a few quick pumps of the bulb. The end of your fingers tingle numbly at the cuff constricts. I'm gonna die. Is that bad? I have a heart murmur? Is that bad? So it is new. I suppose you could have developed it at any point since your last checkup, but it is something that happens with age. Though developing one overnight along with new wrinkles and gray hair is not something that happens. The pressure on your arm finally releases. Blood rushes back to your fingertips. Your blood pressure is definitely higher than I would expect for someone of your age. It's not in what I would call a safe range, but it can be managed. Let me know if you feel any pain. The doctor leans over you, using her four fingers to prod your abdomen. She steadies you with a gentle hand. The doctor leans over you. Using her four fingers to prod your abdomen, she steadies you with a gentle hand on your shoulder. I'd like to know more about the clinic. Well, it was an old hospital during the Civil War. Then one of those clean air clinics. Then around the time of the collapse, it was converted back into a hospital, but it lost most of its funding as people left town, so now it's just a doctor's office with an astronomical heating bill. All the massive windows and glass doors make this an icebox in the winter. Hey, if there were a suspiciously big stone carving hitting somewhere in the clinic, where would that be? Sounds like it'd be a ghost city. Ever seen any? What happened here after the Shaw mine collapsed? Suppose the only thing I know that the average resident of the Holler might not is blah, blah. I suppose the only thing I know that the average resident of the Holler might not is the collapse was the reason this was converted into a proper hospital. The wounded were brought here, where there were beds and medical supplies, and that pushed out the last dregs of the clean air cooks. Though, whoa, what is going on with me today? Gulp. Nobody thought the air around here was that clean after a coal mine collapse filled it with ash. Theory was already on its way out at that point. If there were to be a big stone carving hidden somewhere in the clinic, where would that be? Okay, I don't even know what your angle could be with this one. I've never seen any big stone carvings around here, and of course, I wouldn't know where someone would hide something like that. You trying to get a tour for me or something? I'm not a tour guide. After this, I'll need to sterilize the room, and then I've got paperwork to do for the rest of the day. I'm not taking time out of my schedule to show you around my place of work. She's telling the truth. If there's a carving in the clinic, she legitimately doesn't know about it. Okay. How's my abs looking? Not bad, right? I really appreciate you looking out for me, Doc. No problem, just doing my job. I'd feel negligent if I saw someone go through what you've gone through and didn't step in, even if there's not much I can do to help. I'd like to check out your lungs. Can you breathe into this for me? Make sure you keep a tight seal on it. You place the mouthpiece against your lips. Now blow it hard and keep going until you're out of air, okay? Okay, yeah, that's what I expect given everything else. Again, I don't have data from before, but judging by your age and what I'm able to tell from a quick once over, it's looking like you're the equivalent of 15, 20 years older, and not a good 15 or 20 years. Let's see what your blood work has to say about that. She goes to a drawer and retrieves a needle. I'm just gonna quietly accept. There's no way out of this. You quietly accept your fate and wait for the needle to pierce your flesh. You'll barely feel it, I promise. She inserts the needle. She was wrong, you definitely felt it. But it doesn't last long. The needle slides back out quickly, and she puts a cotton ball on the tiny hole in your skin, pasting a band-aid over the top to seal in your vital juices. There, see? That's all we had to do. Not bad at all. Alright, that's all we can do for now. I'll make sure to notify you when I get the results, and I'll send them to your GP. You do have a regular doctor back home, right? Of course I do. Good. They're in for a shock when you get back home, that's for sure. Free to go. You know how to find the door. She starts busying herself with cleaning up her equipment. She'll be distracted at least for a few minutes. Oh. And tag on, I can't read it. Yeah. Good, your appointment is done and you're free to explore as you please. Or rather, you're free to explore as you please. You've been caught by the pull of the object. An overwhelming curiosity guiding you around a corner and towards a dark doorway under the stairs. It's been left ajar, as if inviting you to enter. Turn on the lights. The lights click on. You're in the morgue. What is you? Squints, seeming unsure whether you're the same person he met yesterday. What are you doing in the morgue? Hi! You haven't seen Stella around, have you? What are you doing in the morgue? You haven't seen Stella around, have you? Am I interrupting something? No, I was just practicing, I guess. Sometimes I just come down here to rehearse. I see being among the dead brings you comfort. Rehearse, you say? Good one. His words seem distant to you. The tugging is strong down here. You can almost feel yourself slipping into a trance and your eyes wander to the back wall of the morgue. You need to see what's back there. I'm gonna follow the pool. You touch the wall. It feels disappointingly solid under your palms. Hey, are you okay? Feel Reese's hand gently shake your shoulder, and for a moment, the thing on the other side of the blank wall loosens its pull on you. Kinda look possessed for a second there. You good? Make him understand. Why wall? Need he think what wall stand in way? There's a stone There's some kind of magic stuff going on, man, but it's telling me I need to get behind that wall. Reese glances back at the wall. You're really serious, aren't you? This is probably a bad idea, but you really need to get in there. Pretty sure there's an emergency axe somewhere upstairs. Just need to get the dock out of her hair. I just need to get the dock out of our hair. Should take 2 seconds. Yes, please, axe now. Get the dock out of our hair. Yeah, if I say I'm sick and need something, she'll drop whatever she's doing and do it for me. By a way to get her out of the house. And most of the time, it's true anyway. Use what you got while manipulating her using your illness. Class A. Use what you got to get what you need. No shame in that. Exactly. Yes, please. Axe now. Yes, I will destroy the wall. Yes, please. Yes, please. Axe now. Well, you are super desperate about this wall. Be right back. He strides past you, his long legs moving swiftly. He seems excited, his usual dour demeanor replaced with an uncharacteristic pep when faced with the prospect of sneaking around and tearing down walls. You hear a soft voice filtering in through the open doorway at the top of the stairs. A hoarse and sickly edge added for effect as he speaks to his mother. Hey, Mom. He coughs gently. Reese, I didn't know you were awake. I still feel like crap, but I think I can finally try to keep some juice down. Looks like we're all out, though. Really, I thought I'd just pick some up. Got an errand to run on the main street anyway. I'll go pick up some orange juice and some ginger ale too. That'd be awesome. Sorry to ask, I know you're probably busy. It's no problem, it doesn't take long. Don't do anything too strenuous while I'm gone. Just lie in bed until I get back. Thanks, Mom. I'll take it easy. You hear her footsteps move down the hall, then the front door opening and closing. It worked. Theatric rasp has left his voice, excitement rising in its place. Come on up. We don't have long until she's back. As you step out of the morgue, you relax. The extra space between you and the carving has weakened its hold on you, and with it, your desperation to claw your way through the wall and unveil it. It's one of those emergency fire axes, so it should be pretty obvious wherever it is. Whoa. Though I'm not sure where she would be keeping it. I'll show you around. Let's try the doc's office first. You make your way to the doorway of her now vacant office. I don't see it here. I don't see an axe here. He's right. A cursory glance reveals nothing but stacks of paper and cabinets of medical supplies. Something on the desk catches your eye. Some sort of records with your family's name on them. I'm gonna pick them up and read later. Reese watches you with curiosity. Stealing medical documents? They have my family name on them. I'm allowed. Sure, not gonna rat you out. You can steal whatever you want, especially since you got some big mystery to solve. Let's check on the medical supply room next. I can imagine a room full of chemicals being a place someone might want to keep an axe. Better be careful stealing stuff in there, though. That might really get you in trouble. You turn around and leave the office. It's time to move on. Come on, let's keep looking. There it is. There it is. Looks like it needs a key, though. You better not break the glass. I'd rather explain why I had to steal the axe after we've had a chance to use it. Must be a key in here somewhere. Reese stops to listen to something. You can hear it too, but ever so faintly. The sound of footsteps just outside the clinic. Crap, she's back already. Close the creak of its antique hinges echoing down the hallway. Footsteps start down the hall. It's headed this way. Quick, we gotta hide. I'm not supposed to be in here. He opens the closet door and hurriedly motions you inside. You slip past him, scrounging into the small space as best you can. Attempt to slide in after you. I'm gonna let him in. Why would I not let him in? You make space and he slips in next to you, closing the door just enough that you can both still monitor the entrance to the supply room. Dr. Kelly storms in, plastic bag in tow. Takes something out of the bag and places it on the counter. And then she hurries back out, bag rustling as she makes her way down the hallway. We better wait a second just in case. Keep your distance. No, quietly wait for the danger to pass. Both crammed in the suffocating closet, taking shallow breaths as if she could hear your breathing from the other side of the building. But the footsteps soon return. Dr. Kelly makes her way back towards your hiding place, creaking floorboards, broadcasting her location all the way to the hallway just outside your hiding spot. His head swivels suddenly. That was the door to the house. We're in the clear. Let's go. The two of you... Ooh, what's this? The two of you spill out of the closet. Reese quickly and quietly starts pulling out drawers, scanning them for keys. I want to investigate the weird plant. The strange sprig of fuzzy fruits draw your eye. You step forward to take a closer look. It looks out of place on the sterile steel countertop, its broad 8-pronged leaf already wilting in the unnatural lighting. Your thoughts are interrupted by the jangling of keys. Sweet, found them. They're color-coded too, easy. Reese unlocks the cabinet and offers you the fire axe. Here's your axe. He hands you the axe, then pauses, realizing you've been poring over the weirdest little plant. That was what she took out of the bag, right? That's weird. Does she make her own medicine? She's not a pharmacist. I don't think she's supposed to do that. This is just supposed to be where she stores medicine she orders from the pharmacist over in Brevard. Picks up the plant. Weird little alien fruit. It's gotta be medicinal, right? There could be. I mean, maybe she has a recipe somewhere? And we have her keys. Let's see what some of these locked drawers have to hide. Starts unlocking drawers. Medical supplies, name brand meds. Pauses at the next drawer. Mysterious unlabeled notebook. This is about me. Stuff in here from when I was like 12. Some kind of diary or medical history. Or both, I guess. What is this? Something about another episode. Guessing she's referring to one of my rough nights. Oh, here we go. There's some illustrations. Glances to the strange plant on the countertop. It's that. She uses that to make my medicine. Extract by boiling berries. Great. She doesn't say what the berries are or what she's extracting. Sounds like something someone would do if they didn't want much of a paper trail. But why would... You and Reese jerk your heads to the sound of an opening door. The doctor is in. Crap, that was the door from the house. We gotta run. Follow Reese's instructions, once again starting down the basement stairs, letting the pool of the stone carving guide you back to the morgue. Dr. Kelly's voice filters down from above. I was right, we did already have juice. It was just in the back of the fridge, but there's no harm in having extra. What are you doing in the clinic? I thought I told you to rest. Oh, I'm just chilling out in the morgue. I got my speakers, so if you hear some weird sounds, that's just my music. I'll be sure to put in earplugs to drown out all the industrial clanging you listen to. You know I'm not the biggest fan of your spending time down there. Can't be good for your mental health to hang out in the refrigerator for corpses. Do you at least have a blanket this time? Yeah, I'll be fine. Just a change of scenery. My room feels too claustrophobic right now. Okay, I'll let you know when it's time for dinner. You hear the door close and the sound of Reese descending the stairs to join you in the fluorescent lit room below. Fluorescent lit room below. I thought I said that wrong. I said it right. Gotta have more faith in myself. Hey. Wall. Warn you, something spooky might happen when we break down that wall. Reese smiles. Good. Feels like I've been missing out lately. Stop asking questions. It's time to see what's on the other side of that wall. Well, now, yes, let's do this. I'd like to do the honors, if you don't mind. I've got some confused and angry feelings I'd like to express. Sure, go for it. Reese takes the axe from you and approaches the wall. Reese manages to cut through the wall with very little effort. Unexpected from someone with his frame and condition, but you know his stringy muscles are backed by a mounting fury at what's been done to him. That goes a long way. He staggers back from the massive hole in the wall and admires his work. Holy... This splintered edge frames a dark passage, seemingly cut deep into the side of the cliff, cold seeping from the forgotten place in the already frigid morgue. Dang, we're not even an hour in, and I'm finished half a bottle of water. Let's go. Reese coughs as he takes a better look at what lies beyond the wound in the wall. Is this good? Is this good? Hold on. I just rearranged it because I feel like, you know, it was really low before, and I feel like I'm a bit higher than I normally am right now, height-wise. So on my chair, so like. Also, I just don't really want to look down and then have to, you know. Anyways, Reef coughs as he takes a better look at what lies beyond the wound in the door, or in the wall. There's a whole hallway back there. Thick, stale air leaks from the hole, filling the morgue with an earthy mildew smell, like the room is slowly filling with dirt. With the stink of the grave-like room beyond comes an even stronger compulsion. You step forward, and you climb into the hole. This is wild. I had no idea any of this was here. An entire hospital wing rotted away from decades behind some flimsy drywall. His voice sounds distant. Your sole focus is finding it. Your feet move without prompting, and you stumble down the hallway towards the far wall, barely registering the antique clutter as you stagger past it. Well, are you okay? No talk now. Wall now. Yes, wall. You don't respond, and you don't bother to receive the axe. The wall is rotten, water damage having eaten away at the wood over the course of unknowable years. The planks nearly reduced to sawdust. You tear into it. So it seems like this is Snake. What is this? Oh. Enoch, I thought you were going to come. I was worried you'd leave me here forever. They said there's nothing they can do. I'll never use my legs again. Enoch, what am I going to do? Calm down, Teddy. These doctors don't know what they're talking about. I've been doing my own research, and I found us an alternative. We won't have to worry about anything from here on out, I promise. I went to talk to the witch. A witch? But that's nonsense. It's all right, it's all sorted. We're taking you home today. Everything will be resolved by this time next week. Everything goes black. Your vision swims back into focus, and it takes a solid second or two to reorient yourself. You're in an unfamiliar bed. Reese leans against the far wall, eyeing you with concern and curiosity. Hey, I was worried you'd slipped into a coma or something. Tore down a wall like a wild animal. Found some weird carving and collapsed. Think you might have had some kind of seizure. You okay? Wait, the mountain didn't collapse on us? No ghosts? I still have those documents I swiped, right? Does Dr. Kelly know I'm here? No, I snuck you back into the house while she was busy in the medical storage room. Figured you wouldn't want to come to in the morgue. I had a vision. The mountain didn't collapse? No ghosts? No, nothing. Just fell down, twitched a little, and when you seemed stable, I carried you back here. That was a few hours ago. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. No problem. It wasn't hard. Had a vision. Like hallucination? I have those sometimes too. Used to have a lot as a teen. Always just weird little things, like my hands would look wrong, or my neck would seem too long, or the room would feel smaller. I still have those documents I swiped, right? Made chance, perhaps. Yeah, you should still have them on you. Sure enough, you pull out the file containing medical documents about your family. I would like to explore Perlan's death certificate. The cause of death, sleep apnea. Discovered by your daughter, Tabitha Chrysanthemum. Oh man, I hate this word. I hate big long words that sound so much. Tabitha Chrysanthemum Scarlet. No autopsy performed. Why? Edwardine. Born April 1913. Died February 12th, 2003. Aged 89. Cause of death, heart failure. Signed by her granddaughter, Pearl Ann Scarlet. Pretty normal. Almost made it to 90. Died of a normal old person illness. What about Enoch's death? Fall from cliff. Born September 9th, 1887. Died August 20th, 1957. Aged 69. Cause of death, fall from cliff. This one has a coroner's report attached. Organ sustained impact injuries. Lacerations to the neck and body consistent with fall from great height. What's up with the other ones though? You quickly flip through a few of the other Scarlets whose names aren't quite as familiar. Theodore Scarlet, born May of 24th, 1890, died 1918, age 28. Cause of death, Crushing mind collapse, body not recovered, signed by his brother Enoch Scarlet. Joseph Scarlet, born April 1914, died June 7th, 1914. Louis Scarlet, born... Oh wow, these all are like dying, like they're between 30 and like 20 and 30, right? Louis Scarlet, born August 1920, died June 6, 1944. He was like 24. Wait, what? He would have been 24 there. Would have been 30 there. So Joseph would have been 30. Louis would have been 24. Both killed at Normandy in the line of duty. These must have been Edwardine's brothers. Certificate of fetal death, infant boy, Andrew Charles Scarlet, delivered April 13th, 1945. Stillbirth, mother Edwardine Scarlet. Cause of death, complications during birth. No doctor present, home burial. There was no doctor present at the birth and at home in a home burial. There's some information missing here. Alexander Scarlet, born December 12, 1947, died August 20th, 1957. Age 9. Missing, presumed dead. Signed by mother Edwardine Scarlet. Marybelle Scarlet, born September 3rd, 1946. Died October 30th, 1963. Age 17. Complications during childbirth. Signed by her mother Edwardine Scarlet. Oh, time to whip out the old string and corkboard. I think the carvings are trying to warn me about something. My family has dark secrets. They're visions of things that actually happened. Whoa, I wonder if you'd see anything else if you went back in there. Or if there are more around town. Maybe if you collect them all, you'd finally unravel whatever the big mystery is. Seems fun. Still missing the phone. Finally stopped yelling at me. Should probably get going. Still missing, and the stone here finally stopped yelling at me. That might be a little tricky. The doc's on a warpath up there. I refuse to take my medicine, and she's not happy about it. But after I read this, there was no way I was going to take anything she gave me. She's been poisoning me for years. Went ahead and blocked my door so she can't get in here. She can't get down here. Now I just have to wait her out. Why would your mom poison you? I don't know. But it's all in here. She never outright says that's what she's doing. And the recipe she came up with to deal with my flare-ups, whatever she thinks those are, involves that weird plant that was on the counter. Managed to look up the plant she's been using to make my medicine, and the internet says it's castor bean. It's used to make ricin, a super deadly poison that causes some of my exact symptoms. The thing I can't figure out is whether she's been trying to kill me slowly, or she just likes keeping me sick enough to be dependent on her. Either way, I don't think I ever had an illness. I think the illness was me growing up and becoming less easy to control. Sure found a cure for that. Ricin. But see, some poisons... The thing is, though, some poisons... Hold on, big crack real quick. Root beer. Oh. The thing is, though, like, the thing is, I mean, maybe she's just a really good actor. Or maybe she poisons him because he did something bad. Maybe he's a monster. Maybe he's the Mothman. Maybe he's Skunk Ape, and that's why she's trying to keep him sick so he doesn't turn into Skunk Ape anymore. Or something. I don't know, but... I'm going to... I gotta get the blood flowing real quick. I gotta get blood flowing real quick. Okay. See, the thing is it's like she could be poisoning him, but I just don't think so. Excuse me. I think it's more of like a situation of, you know, because you know, you use poison, like poison as medicine is not unheard of, you know what I'm saying? Ricin is really bad. How are you not dead? I don't know. Maybe it's low enough doses, or maybe I developed a tolerance. But I think the fact that I feel more and more alive by the minute is enough proof that she was keeping me sick. I don't even need solid evidence. We need to get you out of here. Who knows what she'll do when she finds out what you know. Where would we go? The only person I know who has a car is Kanika. She's not answering her phone. I don't know anyone else. I don't have any other family to go to. Never even finished high school. When I get out of this house, I don't know how I can make sure I don't wind up right back down here. I don't want to impose one step at a time. Hey, one step at a time. Let's start. Just start by waiting out your mom and getting out of here. You shouldn't call her my mom. As far as I'm concerned, she's forfeited that title. I don't even think I should call her doctor. She's just some woman now. Can't wait for her to be the rear view mirror the rest of my life. Can't wait for her to be in the rear view mirror for the rest of my life. We'll see if we can wait her out. If she doesn't fall asleep by 10, we can figure something else out. These windows are supposedly shatterproof, which he always said was for burglars. Now I assume it was yet another way to keep me boxed in. Okay, no, for sure he's just gonna turn into for sure she's keeping him sick so he doesn't turn into a monster. For sure, bro is a like he has, I don't know who his dad is. Bro is definitely bro is definitely some sort of creature hybrid. We can try to break them anyway. Distraction seems like a good idea. You can probably tell I'm getting a little jittery. Maybe it's like a poison in my system for the first time in years, or the fact that my whole perception of reality has been turned on its head. Probably a combo. Doesn't feel awful, to be honest. You could always draw me. I believe you owe me a showing of Shi no Chi, Deathblood. I believe I do. Reese gets the movie set up and joins you on the bed. Let me know if it gets to be too much for you. I'm not a great judge of how other people react to that sort of thing I watch. Or to the sorts of things I watch. But I definitely don't want you to feel uncomfortable. This is a slow burn of a movie, but the dread it's managing to build is palpable in the room. Or maybe that's just how it feels down here all the time. Well, with the grisly paintings, lack of lighting, cinder block walls, and of course the fact that the woman currently lurking upstairs has been poisoning her son since his teens. What did... Hold on, give me a second. One of the things I hate the most about summer is the bugs. Did I finish the sentence? I'm gonna assume I didn't. So, of course, the fact that the woman currently lurking upstairs has been poisoning her son since his teens. There's a couple of these directors' other films, and they're all interesting, though this is probably the best introduction to his work. The way it jump cuts to seemingly unrelated TV show recordings that then wind up tying back into the narrative adds a level of realism and depth to the world that I find really engrossing. Found footage used to its fullest. Can't believe I'll just be able to do things from here on out, like watch movies with another person. Hold on, was his teeth a little sharper? I'm sorry, was his teeth just like a little sharper? Was his canine sharper, or am I nuts? I might be crazy. Or talk to people, ever. You hear the difference in energy now that Reese hasn't had his daily dose of poison. He's uncharacteristically chatty. Clearly not used to talking to another person, let alone when he has the energy to carry on long conversation. I'm glad you're able to have you'll be able to have a social life, and I'm happy to be part of it. Reese smiles to himself. Still hard to imagine, hard to believe after all these years alone that there's going to be that's going to be my reality. Man on the screen yells protons of doom into the camera, trailing off to a wordless scream. The plot is really heating up. Love that there are all these distinct sorts of vignettes. Vignettes, I think? That's not how you say it, vignettes. Little pockets of horror that affect a small number of people, and only once you start to see how they fit together can you realize some fundamental horror about the universe. And then it sees you back, incredible, cosmic horror in its truest sense. Reese is becoming very animated. It's probably safe to assume that he's dealing with a lot of extra adrenaline right now, what with his entire reality turning out to be a lie. But he's also talking over the movie. Reese... Reese, you feeling okay, big guy? I'm just jittery. I've had a really weird day. Oh. Oh, thanks, Twitch. For after an hour in showing me my live dashboard on my phone. Wait, what did it say? Just something updated? Oh, it's just Microsoft saying, oh, we actually updated our terms and service. Anyway, I'm just jittery. I've had a really weird day, and I think being down here is making me anxious. I'll hop up on adrenaline. Maybe waiting out the dock is a bad idea. The longer we wait, the more likely it is that you'll figure out that we're onto her. Be too easy for her to lock me up again and be through about it this time. There's a knock on the window. What did you? Yeah, I figured he was a monster. I thought so. What did you? Don't get any closer to that thing. It's time to go home. That voice. I know that voice. Is that who's been following you around? Without another word, Wayne starts pounding on the supposedly shatterproof window. Enemies upstairs, enemies outside, we're surrounded. Even if I get out of this house, I won't be safe. You won't be safe. Wait, why did you... You're being weird, man. Why did he call you that thing? Because he's some kind of monster and he wants me dead. Can't you feel that? The murderous intent is practically oozing out of him. But I'm not weak anymore. I can fight back. I don't have to cower in fear from the people who want to hurt me. I can protect both of us, Matachu. The window shatters. As Reese tears at his clothing, paint bubbles out from the canvases, his ghoulish figures peeling themselves out of their two-dimensional worlds, invading yours, crawling up the walls. Grab my hand, I'll pull you out. Uh-oh. Leave us alone. In a surge of violence, the change that has been brewing inside Reese finally comes, and as it manifests, the broken window is sealed off, and Wayne along with it. Yo, what's up, big guy? Yo, what's up, big guy? What you doing, man? Is he chill? See, the thing is, though, is that if he's chill with it, I don't want to, like, you know? I figured he was a monster of some sort, and she was, yeah. Run for the stairs, stay where you are. Hey, can we get a call back, please? On when I said the creature, when I said he said that he was a monster. Run for the stairs, stay where you are. I don't know, what do I do here? You know? Actually, I'm gonna go take a... Wait. I'm gonna go take a leak real quick. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. And there's nothing more exquisite than when I get my 40-minute casual visit. Come on and beat the gang. Sorry, tension break. Anyway, I love Markiplier's in space / in space Markiplier heist. Space is so cool, so cool. Anyway, let's log back in. I really want to replay that. I want to play through that again. That was so fun. In a surge of violence, the change that has been brewing inside Reese finally comes, and as it manifests, the broken basement window is sealed off, and Wayne along with it. Yo, what's up, big guy? Oh, hey, what's up, big guy? Huh? It all depends. Is bro gonna be chill? Is he chill or not? I'm just gonna stay where I am. I'm already so old. These joints can't keep up with this creature. I am not outrunning him. I'm gonna stay where you are. We aren't safe, but I feel strong now. Think I can save us. Stay here, I'll be right back. Just had to deal with the doc. Reese storms up the stairs, leaving you with his creations. Wait for Reese in the basement. I'm gonna try to warn Dr. I'm gonna call Tabitha. What mess have you gotten yourself into now? I'm at the clinic. I think Dr. Kelly's in danger. Reese transformed into a monster. It's kind of going on some kind of rampage. Can you come pick me up? Reese, come carry your mom and knows he's going to vampire or something. Reese transformed and is on some kind of rampage. Can you come pick me up? He's gonna kill his mom, and also he's a werewolf or a vampire or something. What do you know about Reese, pray chance? But the clinic, I think Dr. Kelly's in danger. There's a monster on the loose. Reese transformed into a monster and is on some kind of rampage. Can you come pick me up? What? Don't move a muscle. I'm coming to get you. Your cousin hangs up the phone. I'm going to... you're not sure who to help. Try and leave. Sure who to help. Best to follow Reese and see how things go. I'm just gonna follow Reese. You make your way to the door that beckoned to you yesterday. Okay, whoa. Okay, I'm out of my flow state. Hold on, let me get back into my linguistic state real quick. You make your way to the door that beckoned to you yesterday. All intrigue now washed away. You know where it leads, and you know what secrets the stone that lurked in the forgotten basement of the clinic has to share with you. Now the clinical holds a new terror. Somewhere beyond the narrow hallway leading from the house proper into the doc's office, there's a monster preparing to do something unthinkable. Open the door. You grasp the handle and turn. Street smart. Dr. Kelly emerges from the shadows and levels a firearm in your direction. You instantly notice it's not a proper rifle, but some kind of tranquilizer gun. Duck! I'm gonna duck. You do as she says, ducking out of the way. She shoots. The gun isn't very loud. There's only a pop as the projectile leaves the barrel, whizzing through the air. Turn to see the dart embedded in Reese's chest. He pulls the tranquilizer dart out from between his ribs, heaving heavy breaths as the drug courses through his system. Gonna have to try harder than that, you... No, how did you... As if you could hope to stop me, you pathetic waste of flesh. Before Wayne takes another step down the stairs, paint flows out from between cracks in the wood. Reese is panicked, pulling in a mob of furious creatures to hold his enemy in place. The artist darts away, but his creations continue their work in his absence. Dr. Kelly makes her escape down the hallway as Wayne overcome, glued in place at the top of the stairs by stiffening globs of paint. What's up? I'm gonna run after Kelly. I ain't no coward. You run forward, braving the onslaught of Reese's creations, dodging them as best you can as you try to see where Dr. Kelly went. The door in front of you is smothered in pain. Hey. Dr. Kelly's voice crackles out from unseen speaker. You, Muddachu. I'm stuck in the safe room. I can't help you from here, but you can help the both of us. Survive, what's going on? I think you can probably put that together. I need you to get to the medical storage room. I'll give you further instructions when you're there. Okay. You turn back around and head to the medical storage room. I'm here. Great, now listen to me. I need you to use the black taped key to get the cabinet. Bring me the elephant tranquilizers. The bottle labeled carfentanil. Bear tranquilizers clearly aren't gonna cut it anymore. An intercom system, huh, Doc? Good, you should hear this. Maruchi, you don't have to do anything, she says. I'm not gonna hurt anyone else, just her. If I don't, you and I both know she's just gonna shoot me full of elephant tranquilizers. Did I hear that right? Get me back down in that basement, maybe someplace even worse, and keep killing me every day for the rest of my miserable existence. I feel amazing right now. Better than I ever felt in my life. I'm not dangerous. She's just scared because she knows she has to finally pay for what she's taken from me. And Wayne, help me, please. I'm not gonna let you kill someone, Reese. Remain silent. I'm on Reese's side. Sorry, Doc. I don't feel like I should be in the... Can't you two just get along? Like, I get what Reese, you need medicine, big guy. Look at this. I'm not gonna let you kill someone, Reese. Should I do, I'm not gonna let you kill someone, or can't you two just get along? I'm not gonna let you kill someone, Reese. Why not? She wasn't afraid I might die. Does she know those tranquilizers aren't gonna kill me? Does she care? Trust me, Reese. I've always been careful with your medication. I want you to live. I love you. Tell yourself whatever lies you have, Mom. You wanted to have a good relationship. You had your chance. You decided to convince me I was dying instead of just letting me exist. Don't try to spin it like some kind of crime of passion now that the consequences are staring you in the face. Enough. Reese cries out in pain. Ow, what did you do to my shoulder? You see, for the briefest instant, something coming out of Wayne's sleeve. Just a flash of pale yellow, then it's gone, slithering back into Wayne's clothes. I'll handle it. Try to get somewhere safe until then. The two stagger off down the hallway. But grab the tranquilizers and head to the safe room. I'm grabbing the tranks. Grab black tape to match the key. She's certainly an organized woman. You make your way out of the medical storage room and back to the hallway where Dr. Kelly disappeared. As you approach, Dr. Kelly heaves open the door, slowly breaking apart the mass of paint, sealing it shut. Hurry, I don't think I can keep it open for long. Slip past her into the safe room. She shuts the... Oop. Hey, we left a little guy in. You're gonna have to deal with that. Stomp him. Stomp him. She shuts the door quickly, though one of the little smears managed to get slipped past her. She stomps on it, painted viscera splattering across the cement floor. Sounds like Reese and your friend is still fighting. We probably have a few minutes before he gets here. You didn't walk me to the door after my exam earlier. You must have been imagining I'm looking for something. Why didn't you make me leave? Let's talk Reese. Yeah, I bet you have some questions. Go ahead, I have nothing left to hide. When did you find out? A little after he hit puberty. Had all the usual changes and a few extra. Thick and nail, sharp teeth. Elvish in the ears. Or might have something kind of genetic disorder. Had him checked out I figured he might have some kind of genetic disorder. Had him checked out at a few specialists, but there was nothing obviously wrong with him. Then we had an argument, and he changed right in front of me. It was nothing like what he is now, just a couple inches and a few facial deformities, enough to be noticeable. I was scared. He could see that and he stopped. I thought it was one-off. I thought it was a one-off, or maybe a hallucination. The second time it wasn't subtle and didn't go away as easy. That's when I knew for sure that there was something beyond my realm of expertise. How did he not know what he was? Was his dad similar? Strange little smile creeps on Dr. Kelly's face. I wish I knew. Reese just kind of happened. When seeing anyone, I just woke up pregnant one day. Know how impossible that sounds? I'm a doctor, for goodness sake. Kept having these weird dreams, almost like sleep paralysis episodes. Romantic sleep paralysis episodes. They were actually kind of sweet, but they were just dreams. But then all of a sudden, my period stopped. I got morning sickness, and roughly 9 months later, Reese. How did he not know what he was? I've been medicating him since he was 12. He only knew we only had 3 incidents like that before, maybe 4 depending on what counts. This is the worst one by far. Didn't seem to understand at first. That he looked different. And I just make sure to stay on top of his diet dosage so he rarely ever does. But I've been preparing for this inevitability. He's an adult now. There's only so much I can do to control him. Why did you start poisoning? Why did you start poisoning him? You stop calling it poison. Yes, it's poison, but the act of me giving him poison was not me poisoning him. I was medicating his illness. Started when he was around 15. I've been giving him increasingly high doses of Klopin, but his body kept adapting and his symptoms would come back, especially if we ever fought. Couldn't keep ordering all those drugs. It was already suspicious, and I couldn't risk losing my license, especially if anyone ever found out what I was using them for. Someone approached me with a solution. I took it. I've been dealing with the emotional and mental consequences of that decision ever since. Who approached you and what did they say? Long, hard look. I don't want to talk about that woman, but screw it, I might die tonight. Sure, I'll tell you. It was... Oh. That's all I have to say about that. Excuse you? Oh, the witch is still alive. Okay, so the witch is still alive. Good to know, good to know. What is he? First I thought he was some kind of werewolf, but if he does, he doesn't follow any of the full moon rules or anything. Silver doesn't do anything to him, and you've seen what he looks like. It's just weird. I wish I could examine him while he's fully transformed. I'd be fascinated to know what happened to him. What happens to him or how his body does it. But he seems pretty bent on ripping my throat out, so... I guess that'll have to remain a mystery. The relationship between you seems difficult. Yeah, you could say that. He was such a cute kid. When I found out I was pregnant, I was terrified. Didn't know if I'd be ready, but he made me love being a mom. It's like I was going to be sunshine and roses forever. No matter what, kids grow up and they change sometimes for the worst. Excuse me. This is part of being a mom too. Doing what you can to make sure the child you brought into the world isn't going to go around eating people. How do you know he's dangerous? Well, he wants to murder me, so that's clue number one. It's not like he's usually a violent kid. He's mostly just sad, but every now and then we butt heads, and that's usually when this side of him comes out. Imagine if this happens anytime... Imagine if this happens anytime he gets frustrated with anyone. Imagine he gets road rage one day, turns into a 12-foot-tall monster with a million teeth, and rips someone apart in the middle of a major metropolitan area. Yeah, he's dangerous. Don't you think it might be a self-fulfilling prophecy? Oh, don't preach to me. Is he a sweet kid most of the time? Absolutely. Ted Bundy was sweet to the people he picked up from off the side of the road. Doesn't mean he didn't go ahead and slaughter them anyway. I know what my son is capable of, so it's my job to make sure he doesn't hurt anybody. You didn't take... What is the plan? What is this room? Old x-ray room, lead walls. After I realized the whole situation was a possibility, had the door reinforced with special remote-controlled locks. Glad it could finally come in handy. You didn't walk me to the door after my exam. You must have known I might have gone looking for something. Why didn't you make me leave? She sighs. There's something about keeping a secret for so long. Makes you paranoid. Makes you do things you know are objectively wrong just to maintain the illusion of your life. It isolates you. At some point, you just don't want to be alone anymore, whether you realize it or not. So you get sloppy. You leave things around you shouldn't, because that destructive little part of you wants to test the limits of how obvious you can be before someone is able to put two and two together. I'm not blind. I can see that things are happening in Scarlet Hollow, unusual things. Guess subconsciously I must have decided if there's ever a time to let someone else in, it'd be now. It's a game plan, both short and long. Well, I pump him full of elephant tranquilizers, then I lock him in here, then I somehow convince him to see things from my perspective. Then we all live happily ever after. So you're just gonna lock him away again. There has to be some other way. You gotta make him feel... Just gonna make him feel trapped. It sure is, especially since I have to isolate him even more now that he knows what's going on. He's going to hate me. But you gotta work with what you've been given. And what I've been given is an ethical dilemma, whether I either let my son kill me, freeing him to go out and kill others, or imprison him for the rest of his life and force feed him poison to keep him controllable. Or the third option, kill him. I've decided which outcome I can live with. Any more secrets? You have it all. I have no idea how relieved I am to finally say all that stuff out loud. You and Dr. Kelly sit in silence and wait for her son to make his way towards you. Hold on, let me just, I forgot, hungry. I forgot I have to deal with a human. needs, such as hunger. You and Dr. Kelly sit in silence and wait for her son to make his way towards you. Uh-oh. No, Tabitha, I forgot. I totally told her to come. The sound of distant breaking glass cuts through the silence of the clinic outside the safe room. Get his tranks ready. We have to get this door open before he closes the hallway. He's down to the hallway. Oh. Hey, big guy. He looks like a werebat of some sort. This is what you were so afraid of? Never the tranquilizer. This is our shot. I'm sorry, Reese. Oh. Before Dr. Kelly can fire, a different shot rings out. Reese's body is thrown to the wall, shotgun in hand. Your cousin rounds the corner and trains her weapon on his writhing body. Tabitha, what are you doing here? Stop it. Let me sedate him. We can deal with this non-lethally. Are you insane? This thing was trying to kill you. Wait, no, I want to sedate him. Hold on. You leapt forward, placing your body between Tabitha and the whimpering Reese, his face already trying to stitch itself back together as he wreathes on the floor. But what do you think you're doing? Don't kill him, he's still a person. Did you see his face? Both of you shut up and help me drag him into the safe room now. You turn to see Dr. Kelly already pulling her son towards the open doorway. Tabitha swings a gun onto her back, huffily jumping in to help Dr. Kelly. It's not long before his regenerating body is sealed away behind the door. Keeping the status quo, lock him away. Not exactly how I thought that would play out, but at least none of us are dead. If you've done any permanent damage to him, you're going to be the one paying for the medical supplies, Miss Scarlet. You aren't seriously going to keep that thing alive, are you? It's clearly dangerous. What makes you think you can keep it locked up? It is my son, Miss Scarlet, and despite appearances, he is still human. I prefer you refer to him as such. I've managed to keep him safely locked away and harmless for years. Sure, it'll be a little more difficult now that he knows about his condition, but that room is lined with lead. He's not going anywhere. He's human? Are you sure about that? Are we talking about the same guy? Trust me, I've done genetic tests. He is human, somehow. It's my job as his mother to protect him and protect people from him. It's not a burden I take lightly. You don't have to worry about him getting out anytime soon. Bruce is a good guy. Bought us time. I'm sure we can figure out what to do with him. He is a monster, but even monsters he deserves to live. Got off my cousin's back. She's the only reason you're still breathing right now. I mean, probably. Herm. I swear if I get copyright claim for that, listen, I'll take the in jail with Markiplier. Or a heist with Markiplier copyright. I'll take that. If I get copyrighted by Freddy Fazbear because I I'm gonna freak the freak. Okay? Anyway. I don't know. I mean, what do we go for? Yeah, he's a monster. And what about when you die, Doc? What happens then? Good question. If you're gonna insist on keeping that thing locked up in your house, you're gonna need a contingency plan for when he outlives you. I will figure it out. I figured it out before, I'll figure it out again. If I recall from 2 minutes ago, you would have been chopped in half if I hadn't stepped in. Are you gonna hope somebody steps in next time too? One of these days, your luck is gonna run out. Get out of my house. I don't need some kid to stand here lecturing me about how to handle my own son all night. I have a lot of cleaning up to do. You and your cousin leave the clinic, Dr. Kelly slamming the shotgun-blasted door behind you. The two of you make your way to the bottom of the hill, where Tabitha's car is parked among the sleepy houses of Scarlet Hollow's residential area. She places her gun in the trunk and turns to face you. You're alone right now. Is Stella still missing? I tried to call her a couple times, but I kept getting her stupid voicemail. Yeah. Let me think. It's long shot, but there's a place that might be worth checking out. We're going on a hike. My old aching bones. My joints ain't what they used to be. After a bit of a trek, you and Tabitha stop by the edge of a 2-lane road near the town limits. There, sitting on a log, staring mournfully out at the asphalt, is Stella. You watch her from the underbrush. Great, she's alive, let's go. How'd you know she'd be here? Her parents died here. If she were Stella, where would you go after you'd just been possessed by a ghost? She doesn't need me to solve her problems. I don't think she can even solve her own problems. Seeing her alive is all the peace of mind I need right now. Let's go talk to her. I know you two like each other, please. Don't drag me into the middle of that. Doesn't matter that Sel and I have a thing. You two need to reconcile. I don't know. Do I go in for the schmoove? No, I feel like support is more important, no? I guess I'll respect your wishes, Tabitha. Yeah, I guess we kind of do. Thanks, Tabitha. Yeah, whatever, I'm going home. Before you can say another word, your cousin's already turned and left. You take a step forward, gravel crunching under your feet as you... Oh, hold on, I'm gonna get a phone call. Yeah. Raw. As you, yeah, okay. Let's get back. Stay in character. Hold on. You take a step forward, gravel crunching under your feet as you walk along the edge of the road. As you do, you turn to look behind you. Tabitha is already gone. Everyone gets everything. You sit on the log beside Stella. Muddachu, the ghost really did a number on you. Do I look bad? Do I look bad? I thought I was kind of distinguished. Look extremely distinguished. I was just surprised is all. Your parents died, isn't it? I don't want to talk about that. I think I just want to go home. Come on, let's go back to town. Wait, she doesn't need to be here about this tonight. At least for now. Scylla scoops Gretchen up into her arms, and the three of you walk back to town in silence. I guess I'll see you tomorrow. Scylla gives you a tired wave before retreating into her house. Oh, it's time for you to get home. He appears as if out of nowhere, clothes streaked with what at first looked like blood and gore, but you quickly realize is paint. Evidence of his altercation with Reese. I'll walk you. Oh, dude, thank goodness you're okay. I was worried Reese might have gotten you, man. Wayne emits a strange kind of coughing sound. You realize he's laughing. Shall we? Wayne walks just ahead of you, in near complete silence. Did you know, Reese? I thought you wanted me to stay at the state. Aren't you gonna lecture me? Flirt with... You can just flirt with everyone in the game. Did you know Reese was like that? I knew he was different. Not exactly, I wasn't sure, but now I know. Aren't you gonna lecture me? You were free to make your own decisions, and those decisions have been made. I know that something pulls at you, and now that it's started, I know that you cannot stop until your task is finished. I'll keep you safe, while you do what you must. Why do you follow me around? Why not Stella or Kanika or Sybil? Why not Tabitha? Because you're special. But why am I so special? You simply are. Do you not feel the ties that bind us? They are unbreakable. Thanks for looking out tonight. Anytime you find yourself in danger, I'll be here for you. I will always be there for you. Don't need to keep coming up with new topics of conversations to fill the silence. You're tired. It's been a long night. You should rest. Wayne remains silent for the rest of the journey back to the estate. I'm sure we'll see each other tomorrow. So is he just like... I'm going to assume that this is Andrew Charles? Andrew Charles Shaw? I think. I'm sure we'll see each other tomorrow. Try to spend some time in that old building before you head to town. Tabitha won't be around. Too busy at the mines. Forbidden places won't be forbidden without her there to stop you, and you might be surprised at what you find. Till then, sleep well. He disappears into the underbrush. Go home. Thanks, Wayne! Thanks, big guy. Appreciate it. The estate feels empty. Wind howling through its abandoned halls, the very foundations creaking beneath you. Your cousin must have already gone to bed. Too shall I. Exhausted beyond belief, you stumble into your room and collapse on the bed. The damp smell of the mattress is starting to become almost welcoming, sign that the now daily horrors of Scarlet Hollow are finally behind you, at least until the sun inevitably rises once again. You close your eyes, your exhausted body succumbing to sleep almost immediately. As you drift off, you think of Reese, trapped in that tiny, windowless room, all his greatest fears realized, his body no longer his own. But you stopped him from killing Dr. Kelly. The world, at least for now, is protected from him. And then you think of nothing. This is the end! Louisiana Hunch, the artist, good old-fashioned train robbery, let's go, savies! This is the end of episode 4. Episode 5 finally awaits. Would you like to continue with this world state? Please save your game now. I double save. Now, I think we're going to take a moment's break from Scarlet Hollow. I think. Because my food is currently arriving in 20 minutes. And, well, no, then I'll just wait till the food's done. Once the food is done, then I'll dip out. Then I'll, like, yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. We'll play as much of Chapter 5, or Episode 5 as we can. And then... yeah. I think, yeah, we'll play as much of Episode 5 as we can, then when I eat, we'll have a real time. Anyway, let's continue. Would you like to see a recap before starting Episode 5? If this is your first time playing Episode 5, it's recommended that you watch the recap. Yes, give me a full recap. The funeral of Pearl Ann Scarlet, your cousin's mother and your aunt, seemed like something you shouldn't ignore, even considering your own late mother's rocky relationship with this side of the family. Welcome to our family's humble estate. Unfortunately, due to the current state of the house, only a few rooms will be safely accessible during your stay. Don't go wandering anywhere else if you value your limbs. The floors have been known to give out. As the locks fall, the door moans open, revealing the entrance to what once must have been an incredibly lavish ballroom. Faintly in the distance, you can hear the quiet notes of an old piano playing from another room. So what'd you say? Want to tag along? Hold the camera for me while I narrate against the darkening sky, that sort of thing? Delete those words when I come carrying a mountain lion corpse out from those woods at dawn. A single deer remains behind, staring down the beam of Stella's flashlight while Gretchen whines and pulls at her harness. Duke grapples with the thing as it grabs at his shotgun, pushing the barrel out of the way as it grasps for Birdie with oddly jointed limbs, while Stella stares in shocked silence as if paused, watching as the other creature attempts to wrestle Gretchen into the darkness, her desperate cries going unheeded. You dive for Gretchen, attempting to snatch her away from the thing's misshapen hands. You manage to grab her, but the creature isn't deterred. It rears back on its hind legs, its mouth opening, whispered tones sliding out alongside something sharp and unnatural. But then there is a deafening blast of Duke's shotgun, and suddenly it is gone. What do we do? What do we do? Welcome home. My grandmother used to talk about pale creatures called ditchlings. She always said they were a terrible omen, a sight of suffering to come. I'm going to bed. I'll see you tomorrow. But listen, you better stay out of trouble today. I want you home by sunset. I don't want to hear complaints. Just do what I ask and you won't have any more problems. Tabitha takes a few steps towards the door. Sunset. Wow, that is some heavy stuff. No wonder Stella seemed distant. I'm going to keep my ears open for you. The diner's where everyone comes to gossip, so I hear a lot about what goes on around here. I'll let you know if anyone mentions those monsters or anything else strange or unusual. There's actually something I want to do before we get super into the recap. There's something I want to do. Scarlet Hollow, Episode 5. Oh. Okay, wait a minute. What? Wait, what? What? I'm confused. Nah, that's nothing new though. So apparently it can vary. Um, yeah. Okay, so it's only 30 minutes actually. Never mind. I'm joking and kidding and delusional actually. Never mind. Okay. I'll let you know if anyone mentions those monsters or anything strange or unusual. I do know there's a big art style change. Just because of such a long break between episode 4 and 5. So I do know that. And I know they've kind of updated some models, but not, or some of the characters, not all of them. Have either of you seen Rosalina around town? I don't want to be a helicopter today, but you don't seem to have much sense, and I want to make sure she ain't getting in trouble out there. Nothing strenuous, we promise. Whatever you two have planned is probably beyond what he can manage right now anyways. I am the only person in this town who truly cares about your safety. Don't forget that. Do not forget that. Even if it's already too late to stop what's going to happen. As you leave Tabitha's office, you take a moment to get your bearings, only to be interrupted by a sudden movement out of the corner of your eye. A girl carrying a bundle of snacks pops through a hole in the fence and disappears over the crest of the hill. Guess the old Maxwell place done cut it as a secret hangout spot these days. Oh, gee willikers, Miley, I gotta get it back into it. I kind of lost it a little bit. I haven't talked about Stella. It's talked like Stella in an hour and a half, man. It's been a while, man. I need to get back into a character. My dad says our house is haunted, so like... But she's interrupted by a pair of thunderous knocks. You turn to see Becca and Alexis gone and Rosalina anxiously hovering in front of a small tunnel in the cavern wall. She freezes as you notice her. There's something in the darkness before you that's much louder, though you don't hear it. But you can feel it in your chest, like the deep growl of a predator. Hey, are you alright, Medici? Stella reaches for your shoulder, but not before the light from your phone illuminates the chamber. Oh, wait, what? What was that? No, wait, what? It's the... Stella reaches for your shoulder. Medici, are you alright? You manage to squeeze through the entrance just as the walls of the mine come crashing down. Yeah, okay, thank God. Could have all died in there. What do you weirdos do? Everything was fine until you adults showed up. Becca, shut up! Tabitha doesn't say a word as the car cuts along a darkened road. Uh-oh. There are 2 of them now. Nice. Okay, we're on episode 3 now, I think. As you're ready to leave, Janie approaches from the far side of the kitchen. Tabitha remains between the 2 of you, impatiently tapping her foot. Oh, Medici, before you go, I heard what happened last night. I mean, I heard about it before Miss Tabitha mentioned it just now, and I heard it again. Say, I'm so sorry you got caught up in all that. Did right by those kids, though. What a blessing, everyone getting out of that situation all right. Morning. Is the new blend ready? Of course. Medici, if you'd like to keep Miles company, Tabitha and I will just be a minute. Oh, excuse me. You're Medici, aren't you? My name's Bo. I'm Duke's boy. It's a pleasure to meet you. Miss Forsyth called me on the phone, told me you saw what happened to my daddy. And with that, breakfast is served. He is a dog. Not only is this mayor a dog, but judging from the series of portraits lining the walls, every mayor of Scarlet Hollow has been a dog. Tell this dog is the mayor from his little sash and his fancy top hat. There's a regal air about him, almost as if he knows the position of authority he's been elected to. Before you can catch up to your companions, you're intercepted by a nervous man with a cross around his neck. Whoever he is, you can feel his desperation to make a good first impression, a self-sustained and self-fulfilling prophecy. Sounds like old Gretchen and the mayor might have some unresolved issues, wouldn't you say? I'm Pastor Daniel. I take it you're Medici. Everyone's been buzzing about you. I'm so sorry about your aunt, but I'm sure she's in a better place now. If you'd like to discuss your beliefs, my door's always open. The basement is what you might expect out of a tortured artist who spends all of his time confined to his studio. Discarded canvases line its edges, while trash and sketches leak out from their piles in the corners of the room, hiding the bare cement floor. Ghoulish faces coat the walls in paint, sneering out at their creator. Where did Kanika go? She was here too. And I think she was here in the last recap too. Why is she not here? Like, she was right here, fellas. What do we... Anyways, make yourselves comfortable. You'll have to forgive the mess. I've been distracted lately. I haven't been cleaning as much. Yeah, no, there's no Kanika. What happened to Kanika? Did she get... What happened to Kanika? What? Dinner's already laid out. Dinner rolls, spaghetti, and a light salad. Stella is nervously talkative, and Reese is suddenly quiet and tense. His shoulders tight as his mother perches on the chair next to his. Dr. Kelly eyes all of you with a sharp, fierce gaze. So we were talking about watching a movie this week when Mamichu is still in town. I have to see how you're feeling. I can handle a movie, Doc. Yeah, we'll just sit down. Yeah, we'll just sit down in the dark. Reese is used to that. I'm sure he'll be okay. So from estimating how much you're able to do, Reese, this is why you keep getting sick. If I get sick, so what? It's not like it's ever gonna change. I'm sick every day, and I'm not getting better. I don't want to spend the last few miserable years of my life holed up in that basement alone just because seeing my friends has been deemed too strenuous. So, I'm an adult, for goodness sake. Can't believe I have to ask for permission from my mom just to have friends over. Reese stops mid-sentence, wincing in pain and wrapping himself in his arms. Don't say things like that. I'm doing everything I can to try and fix... Silence as Dr. Kelly's eyes shoot open. Reese? Reese abruptly pulls himself from the table and leaves. Hey, you're here sooner than I expected. Hope dinner went okay? Hey, hope I'm not too late. Have I missed any creepy paranormal stuff? Yeah, where's Kanika? What happened to her? Did she get snapped into the abyssal realm of shadows and darkness? Oscar startles as the door swings open. Hold it. You're not taking my cousin along on any more of your little hijinks without me. Whoa. Where I've seen it, it appears on top of the stain. Stella pulls back the carpet, revealing a hatch, the floor around it stained in reddish brown. I'm going for it. Wait, do you hear music? I forgot again. Again, I forget every time it jump scares me. Movement stirs as a figure cloaked in shadows rises to attention. Stella? There you are. I would have found you sooner, but the resident clearly doesn't want me here. Doesn't seem to have the same issues with these miserable little parasites. Bottom feeders always manage to slip through the cracks, don't they? The sins of the father are laid upon the children. Oh. Hope I didn't come too late. It wants something, doesn't it? I think you know which of you should volunteer. You must be joking. You take a step towards the light. Sybilla's right here. Please don't do this. You wordlessly step into the spotlight. Sorry, I can't talk right now. I'll see you later. He hurries off down the road. Before I go, I'm sure you have questions after everything you saw tonight and about what's happened to you, but let's not get in here. Get into it here. I think everyone could use a little rest and relaxation right now, yourself included. If you swing by the tea room sometime tomorrow, say early afternoon, you and I could have a little chat. See you then, Monichu. You don't even notice yourself entering the guest room and falling into bed. Suddenly you're just there, buried under your family's musty covers. You open your eyes. It's a new day, and you feel like crap. You check your messages. There's nothing from Stella. Dude, what happened to her? There's a small gathering of workers outside the entrance to the mines. Picket signs in hand. Oh, it's you. Should I go? Yeah, I'm trying not to get yourself noticed. She grabs you by the collar, her face close to your eyes, close to yours. Her words of her eyes, okay. She grabbed you by the collar, her face close to yours, eyes full of rage, her words of frustrated hiss. Listen to me. Really listen. This isn't some funny little game, okay? This is my life, and if you value yours, you'll keep quiet about what you just saw. I don't care for family. I can make the rest of your stay here a nightmare if you come across me. You take the tea, sipping it delicately. The citrus smell is fleeting, quickly replaced with the earthiness at its core, like you've taken a mouthful of dirt. But the aftertaste combines with the two flavors into something soothing and medicinal, and you find yourself feeling more comfortable. your muscles relaxing for the first time in days. Now on to business. Look thoughtfully down at the sludge. Oh dear, this doesn't bode well. You've got just about every warning that can fit in the bottom of a cup. Cross, kettle, hourglass, all of these mean death, misery, difficulty. And the hourglass ties it all together with definite urgency. It's fair to assume that this all has to do with whatever brought the ditchling. Something is coming, and whether any of us can stop it, I'm not sure. We at the very least be able to figure out what it is. There's a central figure here, a cat, an enemy lurking in plain sight. This is, oh, so was he the cat? This is wild. I had no idea any of this was here. An entire hospital wing rotting away from decades behind some flimsy drywall. His voice sounds distant. Your sole focus is finding it. Your feet move without prompting, and you stumble down the hallway towards the wall, barely registering the antique clutter as you stagger past it. Well, are you okay? Don't respond, and you don't bother to retrieve the axe. The wall is rotten, water damage having eaten away at the wood over the course of unknowable years. The planks nearly reduced to sawdust. You tear into it. Enemies upstairs, enemies outside. We're surrounded. Even if I get out of this house, I won't be safe. You won't be safe. As Reese tears at his clothes, paint bubbles out from the canvases, his ghoulish figures peeling themselves out from their two-dimensional worlds, invading yours, crawling up the walls. Grab my hand, I'll pull you out. Grab my hand, I'll pull you out. Leave us alone. Dr. Kelly opens the door. The two of you stare out into the hallway. Is this what you were so afraid of? Hand over the tranquilizers. This is our shot. Before Dr. Kelly can fire, a different shot rings out. Reese's body is thrown to the wall, shotgun in hand. Your cousin rounds the corner and trains her weapon on his wreathing body. You leap forward, placing your body between Tabitha and the whimpering Reese, his face already trying to stitch itself back together as he writhes on the ground. Both of you shut up and help me drag him back into the safe room now. You turn to see Dr. Kelly already pulling her son towards the open doorway. Sit on the log beside Stella. What you? That ghost really did a number on you. Close your eyes, your exhausted body succumbing to sleep almost immediately. As you drift off, you think of Reese trapped in that tiny windowless room. All his greatest fears realized, his body no longer his own. But you stopped him from killing Dr. Kelly. The world, at least for now, is protected from him. Then you think of nothing. It's time to continue your journey. Wake up. I will save. A lonely piano refrain echoes through your head as you sleep. It feels like it goes on forever, clumsy and uncertain of itself, stopping and starting at random. But as your dreams start to fade, you realize the music is following you to the waking world, continuing even as your mind resolidifies and banishes the last few remnants of your dreams. When it finally stops, you're startled by the sudden silence. You're awake now, cold and uncomfortable, your muscles stiff and achy, your head still clouded with sleep. You realize there's a concerning lack of blanket and mattress. There's nothing beneath you but hardwood floorboards, dusty and uneven. There's also a weight on your chest and claws, digging gently into your skin. Your heart skips a beat. You're greeted by two beady eyes staring down at you with twitching noses of the possums that live in your drawer. The other one is crouched in the corner, eyeing you warily. You're not in your room. Oh, stand up and get your bearings. You stagger to your feet, disoriented and exhausted, your limbs heavy and your head swimming. You stumble, slightly swaying as you try to keep your balance in the oddly tilted room. The opossum clings to your shirt with its tiny claws, holding on for dear life. You must be in the Forbidden Wing, and judging by the faint scent of death that still clings to the insides of your nostrils, you didn't find your way here by sleepwalking. Wayne wanted you to snoop around the Forbidden Wing. Seems like he didn't want to risk you getting sidetracked. The small possum finally moves, carefully makes its way down the length of your clothes, as it's afraid you might notice if it moves too quickly. It hastens when it finds solid ground, scurrying to the larger possum in the corner. The two stare up at you, not quite afraid, but clearly more wary now that you've risen to your full human height. Maybe they were watching over you as you slept, or maybe they were hoping you might be lunch. Either way, you're both going your separate ways for now. There are two doors out of the barren room. One is a normal doorway leading to what you assume to be the hallway. The other is a door that must have once been hidden, though the ruined state of the wallpaper has robbed it of its secrecy. Investigate the once hidden door. Doesn't seem to be a clear way to open it, besides the brass circle where a handle should be. Didn't bring a screwdriver into bed with you last night, and even if you did, you'd worry about damaging the ancient mechanism. Hopefully you can find either the handle or another way out deeper in the forbidden wing. I'm gonna look through the hole. You lean forward, peering into the narrow opening at what lies behind the door. It's your room, which means you'd be able to slip right back into safety. The safety of the rest of the room, or the rest of the house, if you could just manage to find the handle. You've always believed in working smarter, not harder. The estate is massive. There's got to be a better way out of the forbidden wing than this. And maybe while you're looking, catch a lucky break and stumble across the key. I'm gonna call. You're still in your evening attire. It seemed Wayne wasn't thoughtful enough to bring your phone from the nightstand. Or maybe he'd prefer if you saw what was to see in this place alone. Try forcing the door open. You push on the wall, it doesn't budge. You try messing with the metal contraption that stands in place of the door's handle, tugging and jiggling and pushing it in every which way, and still nothing. Sigh. You make your way carefully across the slanted floor, the slanted room, and deeper into the forbidden wing. Before you is a long hallway. Dust dances in the weak sunlight, beaming in through cracked glass. A tinge of mildew stings your nose, and warning you away that there's nowhere else to run to now. An ornate entryway, its door long gone, breaks the monotony of the faded wallpaper, and a staircase looms at the far end. Can't help but notice the tracks leading up and down the grimy hallway floor. You aren't surprised to see Wayne's unmistakable large boot prints among their number. Clearly, the forbidden wing is only forbidden for some. I'm gonna investigate the hallway. Make your way to the dark doorway in the middle of the corridor. Seems like some kind of entertainment room, the sort you'd expect out of fancy rich people who wanted to show off. The stench of mildew is strong here. Your already weakened lungs aching from the strain of breathing in such toxic air. You can see why Tabitha doesn't want you exploring these rooms. There's a large painting on the far wall of the room. From a distance, it looks like it might depict the town. Your eyesight isn't what it was just a few days ago, but you've learned to work around the degradation of your vision. A bookshelf, or rather what's left of a bookshelf, hanging by a single rusted hinge. Its sagging shelves reveal some sunless space beyond. Its sagging shelves reveal some sunless space beyond, once hidden, now fully exposed by the rot of the house. I would like to examine the painting. The painting highlights a number of old buildings and locales, many of which you've already visited. The town hall, the estate, the mines, and the clinic, still called a hospital at the time of this painting. And there are some places you've yet to see, the church as well as the historical Callaway/Tremaine homesteads. The faded bronze plaque beneath reads, "In commemoration of Enoch Scarlet, head of the Scarlet Hollow Landmark Revitalization Project. Let the past never be forgotten." To examine the space. You cross the parlor, testing each careful step along the way, and duck between the collapsed shelves of the old bookshelf. The space is dark, its features barely illuminated by the faint light trickling in through the myriad of cracks and holes in the walls. The wallpaper, deep exquisite red, adds a blood-like glow to the dimness. The walls are lined with ornate display cabinets, some empty, some still presenting their antique treasuries. Nestled between the cabinets, a single tall bookshelf remains. Its occupant's dusty but mostly intact. Is that this one right here? There's a moose here. Is that a moose? Or is that a cow? Bison? But all of these are ornamental details. Your focus is drawn to an expensive-looking antique desk at the center of the room. No, I'm being full nosy now. Top drawer. The top drawer mostly contains old-timey letter writing materials. Oh, I got another call. Give me 1 second. Mine chicken Alfredo is done. Mine chicken Alfredo. Yippee! Mine chicken Alfredo. It's boiling hot, but it's ready and it's done and it's mine. I mean, it doesn't look super appetizing, if I may admit, but it's better than starvation. And also, like, I'd rather it be like boiling hot like it is, because now I can actually play and then let it cool off, and then once I'm honestly, if this episode is only like 30 minutes, the movement can be activated. Let me just finish this mouthful real quick. Okay, finished a bottle of water. I had some pretty bad pace on water. Alright, lock back in. Lock back in. The top drawer mostly contains old-timey letter-writing materials, complete with a fancy dagger-shaped letter opener and a wax stamping kit emblazoned with the initials ES, Enoch Scarlet. Underneath, you find a pile of crumbling financial documents, scrawled in neat cursive in every spot that needed a signature is the name Enoch Scarlet. This must have been his desk, meaning that this must have also been his study. Very bottom of the drawer, you're surprised to find a face you recognize staring back up at you. An antique photograph of a young man, his blonde hair nearly white against a dark sepia background. It's Teddy. He looks almost exactly the same as he did in your vision. Almost. There's a carefree look in his eyes that seemed to have faded by the time he found his way to that hospital bed. Feeling around for anything I might have missed, baby. You notice something peculiar, an irregularity in the smoldering along the top edge of the desk, almost as if it had been removed and replaced at some point. You slip a hand into the drawer, feeling along what would usually be the solid oak of the top of the desk. But the space is clearly hollow, your fingers making light knocking noises as they fumble against the wood. Fortunately, it's a very simple lock, and you have years of experience. In moments, the secret drawer slides open, revealing its treasures. It's a bundle of notes. Ooh! Scrawled on the first page is a design you find familiar. Stone from the pit in the mines. Its many-armed design scratched into the paper by an untrained hand. There are other drawings here, some of which you find just as familiar. The goat head, carving from what was once the town hall, and the circle of figures from the clinic. Hold on, what is it? This one. Vitality, Dominion, Prosperity, and then these three I guess we haven't seen yet. Oh, there are notes scrawled in the margins around the designs, most either illegible or written in some language you don't understand, though a few words stand out. Prosperity next to the stone from the mines, Dominion paired with the stone from Town Hall, Vitality with the clinic. The remaining captions seem to read Spirit, Bounty, and Throne, all attached to designs you don't recognize. Open the bottom drawer. Offers resistance as you try and pull it out. It would seem that even after all these years, the lock on it still holds. Not a problem. Inside you find a strange collection of glass vials. Their surfaces are clouded over, but you can make out what seems to be paper, observed somehow inside the containers, a hint of writing visible at the edge. You reach for one of them, twisting the cork. It unseals with a pop, releasing a smell like an old pond, like decaying leaves and damp earth. You tug at the corner of the slip of paper, and it unfurls, the writing across its surface as crisp and clear as if it had just been written. To Miss Maeve, I know it has been several years since my last visit, but I do hope you remember that young lad who used to find himself at your doorstep more than you probably would have liked. I write you now with the utmost but the paper dissolves before you can finish reading it, as if it finally realized that it had been submerged all these years, turning to useless pulp between your fingers. It's unlikely you'll have the chance to return here, and the vials are too delicate to carry with you. Keep reading? Yeah. You open another. Miss Vernia, trouble with tea. Your presence requested at... and another. Verena, know what you tried. Do not appreciate the attempt at subterfuge, though we both get it to solve. Some of these letters are addressed to Miss Maeve, and some to Verena. All are signed ES. You assume these have to be from Enoch. Many seem unimportant, just listing at time and place. You assume meetings between Enoch and whoever this Verena may have been. Before you know it, the drawer is empty, the floor around you scattered with drained vials, and the air stinking of wet rot. Step away from the desk. Now there's nothing here for me. You return to the hallway outside of the parlor. And now we go down the hall. You follow the path laid out in dust. Hold on, you can't hear that, can you? Good. A little food ASMR never hurt nobody, huh? Not a big fan of the roasted vegetables. Just not a big fan. I'd much rather have like crunchy vegetables than soft vegetables. You know what I mean? That's probably my one critique. The broccoli and the carrots are like all mushy and soft. They're like mushy and soft, and they taste like not as good as they would be if they were not like steamed, but it's just what happens with the chicken Alfredo. You follow the path laid out in the dust. Takes you up a flight of stairs, the way back down blocked by debris, and you find yourself on the third floor of the estate for the first time. There are more footprints leading all the way down the hallway and into the farthest door. The much fainter tracks leading to the room in front of you. Doorway hidden behind a stack of boxes. Oh, right here. These footprints are old enough to have accumulated some dust. They were also noticeably not made by boots. If to guess, you'd assume they were loafers or some other kind of low heel. Trying to move boxes. What are we doing? You do your best to shove the boxes out of the way. They feel packed full of lead. You can practically hear your shoulders and hips creaking, straining with the effort, but try as you might, you can only budge them about an inch. Then they seem to cement themselves in place, and you find yourself gasping for breath. After another few desperate pushes. At least you know the handle can't be in there. No one has been in that room for some time. It's not worth the strain. I would like to approach the window. You carefully approach the window at the far end of the hall. It sure is a cliff. There's nothing below that window but the tops of distant trees, the ground having crumbled away. The only thing stopping you from plummeting to your death is the straining foundation that still somehow holds this place together, at least for now. I would like to go to the middle room. Once a nursery, though, no child has been here for a long time. What's up with the bookshelf? The top shelf is occupied by antique picture books. Dick and Jane, books of nursery rhymes, ancient editions of Grimm's fairy tales. The lower shelves are full of educational material from children's encyclopedias to writing practice workbooks. From the sheer number of learning-oriented books on the shelf, you get the impression that the children who lived here were not supposed to be as interested in fun and fiction as they were in Sorry, not a good time to grab a bite. Diction and spelling. But key 9. But that didn't seem to have stopped them from making their own fun. You see quite a few books with children's art stuffed in between the pages, the corners peeking out, tiny scribbled hands waving at you from their yellowed paper. I'm gonna pull out the children's books. You reach for a particularly doodled on encyclopedia off the shelf, its pages overflowing. If Daddy plays with me and Maribel, if my family goes to the zoo, if Mommy and Grandpa took us to work, if me and Maribel and Mommy and Daddy and Grandpa have a picnic. All are signed with the carefully scrawled signature of Alexandra Scarlet. There's a strange, fantastical element to these pictures. Everyone is smiling and sitting together as any family would in a child's drawing. Yet, it feels like these are drawn in the same hopeful way a child would draw a unicorn, expressions of some reality that Alexandra could only dream of. There are less joyful illustrations as well. Daddy napping shows their father sleeping in a chair, a bottle of brown liquid conspicuously drawn on the table next to him. The girl's hovering in the doorway some distance away. Mommy going to work too, shows a girl crying in the upstairs window of a house as their mother walks away, an angry frown scrawled on her face. Get the feeling these are more accurate depictions of the girls' lives. The last picture you pull out gives you pause. There's a new figure here, seemingly drawn behind a barrier. Girls sit on the other side, smiles on their cartoon faces. The boy on the wall. The boy on the wall. You leaf through a few of the practice workbooks, gently turning the near crumbling pages. Reasons Mommy should take me and Maribel to the zoo. One, we have been very good girls and have not cried for a whole week. Two, Maribel said the elephant is so big and I would like to see one. Three, I think it would be very fun and Mommy would have fun too. There's also the work of Alexandria. You flip through the rest of the book, your eyes unfocused as the many practice sentences and letter copying pages fly by. But something near the back of the book gives you pause. In a section that starts with the prompt, "Today Alexandria continues with, "Talk to the boy in the wall." There he is again. So, is Wayne the boy in the wall? You make your way back to the hallway. I guess we'll go to the farthest room. You continue following the trail of footprints, approaching the farthest room down the hall. The door was clearly meant to be hidden, but it's been left open. Be smart, someone left it open for you. The room is starkly empty, save for a rug and a few candelabras. The lack of dusty old boxes and running antiques mark it as The lack of dusty old boxes and rotting antiques mark it as distinct from the rest of the cluttered, forgotten spaces you've explored. Keen eye, the curtains on the far side of the room catch your eye. Below them, the edge of a tilted section of the floor, the smooth, white porcelain, a strange contrast against the hard wood. I'd like to examine the carpet, please. Or examine the curtain. You cross the room and pull back the curtain. Behind it is what almost looks like a shower, but in place of a shower head is a meat hook dangling from the end of a long, sturdy chain. As your eyes travel down the walls to the drain on the floor, you can just make out the rusty stains of what looks like long-dried blood caked in between the tiles. There's been an effort to clean it up, but just enough was missed that it won't escape your attention. Reminds you of something you might see in an abattoir. What's under the carpet? You pull the carpet up, expecting the bare floor and revealing what lies below. An ornate ring of sigils has been carved under the floor, 5 along the edges with a 6 in the center. Isn't this the power ring? As if it wasn't already clear from the study tucked away in the parlor, your ancestors clearly had an interest in the occult. And this sigil tucked away in the same room as that rusty, bloody hook paints a particularly gruesome picture. Though you can't help but notice the paint has been refreshed somewhat recently. This isn't just a relic of Enoch's interests. It's been maintained. Wayne. You continue forward towards the door on the far side of the room. Can't believe you would do this, Wayne. You exit into a short hallway. There are stairs here, leading back down to the lower floors, but there's also another door. It's hanging ajar, the many locks and deadbolts along its edge glimmering in the weak morning light. Isn't this where that one guy was kept? The door frame. This is where Avery was kept in the historical thing. The door frame itself is gorged and splintered, evidence that some desperate creature tried to save itself from the room beyond, time and time again. You've been here before, haven't you? You step forward. Oh, that doll. The prison cell. Everything about this place reeks of neglected humanity. The walls are covered in scratches, legible words mixed in with the nonsense of desperate clawing. Oh, I see O, and I see a D and an A, X, something like that. The one window, set high in the far wall, is fitted with a thick pane of glass, as if the iron bars just beyond it wouldn't be enough to hold the prisoner. The smell in the space is so putrid that it has a presence of its own, and your eyes can't help but be drawn to the still wet bucket, tripped over in the corner of the room. Space hasn't just blue. Blah, blah. E9. This space hasn't just been used in living memory. It's been used recently. You can't help but notice that the doll from your closet sits watching you from the bed, one eyelid drooping. It adds an extra layer of menace to the already deeply unsettling room. Your eyes are drawn to the massive almost letters, dug as deep into the wall, or into the brick as this cell's prisoner could manage, highlighted with whatever pigments were available. And then, on one final detail grabs you. A metallic lint from the filthy, bare mattress. A doorknob. This is what you've been looking for. Why was it left here? Shivered, you pick up the doll from the bed. Its foot reads, "Property of Alexandria." You take it, a sound wraps around you. Music. The tinkling of piano keys played by a clumsy hand. They echo up a narrow staircase at the end of the hall. You've come this far. Clearly, you're meant to go just a little further. The stairs take you into what you have to assume was once a servant's quarters. A network of cramped passageways hidden away behind the expensive rooms of the estate without so much as a window for illumination. But you persist and descend deeper into the bowels of the Scarlet estate, the echoing piano your only companion. Soon enough, you see light again, the sun creeping in through the edges of a nearly hidden door. You're at the end of another long corridor. Its high ceilings and tall windows are almost disorienting as you step out from the cramped, gooey stairwell. The music echoes mournfully in the vast space, a chorus of wind adding a melancholic harmony as it whips in from the overgrown courtyard outside. It means the locked door to the forbidden wing is just down the hall, but you've yet to confront your guide. Let me just commit to the bit real quick. Musician plays on as you move cautiously through the dark. The slope now so dramatic it feels like walking downhill, jagged remains of the floorboards jutting out like splintered trees. The flow of notes finally stops as you reach an open doorway to what was once a music room. Wayne stands from the bench of a battered grand piano, turning to face you. "So now you've seen it, muttered you." He makes his way down the tilted floor towards you. A breeze passes by him, carrying with it the smell from the wound that is his body. "I hope you enjoyed the show." Stops just a few paces away. "And I trust you understand the implications of everything you've seen. If you aren't careful and you put your faith in the wrong people, things can go very, very wrong for you." What's with the dramatics? Isn't this all a little theatrical? "There were things you needed to see, and I doubt you would have been interested in a private guided tour. Knowing I'm the one who would have been giving it. Once I'd helped you find out what you needed to find, I wanted you to choose to come to me, to know you were truly open to a conversation." And you could is flirt still an option? That's crazy. You're still not telling me everything, are you? Do you want to be someone else's puppet, Medichu? I can guide you to where you need to be, but it's up to you to open your eyes. The witch holds some of the final pieces. Find her, pry them from her hands, and then everything should start falling into place. You have no idea what he could be talking about, unless you're already starting to forget about her. Memory is a disloyal thing, isn't it? Physical, easily manipulated. Something being missing from your head doesn't mean it's gone from the world. You say nothing. There's a doll in the room. She liked it, so I liked it too. It was nice to see it again after so many years. How do I know you're the right person to trust? You're still asking questions like that? I know there's nothing I can say that will convince you, but I will keep looking out for you, whether you trust me or not. Thanks, big guy. Appreciate it. Who lived in that last room? Wayne cocked his head almost playfully. I did. I'd been in that room a long, long time. Though my being free now is meaningless in the grand scheme of things, the town itself is enough of a prison that I might as well be stuck behind that door. But at least I'm free enough to warn you. What do you mean this town is a prison? I can't leave. No one can, really. As it stands now, Scarlet Hollow doesn't like letting go of its prisoners. They may be able to cross the town line, but not without paying a price. That can be changed, though. It wasn't always this way, and it was never meant to be. We can put an end to it. Does Tabitha know about this? Of course, why do you think she invited you here? You're trying to make me doubt her. I won't do it. We bonded. We bonded. She didn't know me then. It's different now. We've bonded. Do you think a flimsy bond formed over the course of a week will be enough to stop the generations of expectations and duty that have fallen on Tabitha's shoulders? Do you want to bet your freedom on that bond? Tabitha will always be a Scarlet. Okay. I'm with you all the way. Help me stop all this. Wayne's shoulders seem to relax slightly, as if he's relieved. Good. Our enemies keep relying on us being divided. They know how much stronger we can be together. Be careful who you trust. I will always be there when you need me. And that's why Wayne's my goat. That's why Wayne's my goat. Wayne steps away, his shining eyes watching you unblinking from behind his veil, before finally disappearing back into the darkness of the estate. Nothing left for you to do here but leave. You make your way back to where you woke up, and slide in the handle into the secret door on the wall. It twists and the door pulls back, and you stumble through your closet back into your own bedroom. You lean against your doorframe, relieved out, once again having sturdy, unsloped ground beneath your feet, and moderately clean air to breathe. The estate has gotten to you. After the events of this morning, your body burns with a ferocious itch to leave this place behind, to be anywhere but here. You leave in a haze, mindlessly grabbing clothes and an uncharged phone, barely even noticing your surroundings as you rush outside, the morning's revelation seizing your body and mind alike with a suffocating grip. The cell, the doll, Wayne's insinuation with that Tabitha has known about all of this, and even more that she has partaken willingly in your family's crimes. Not only that, but she has designs for you. Is it true? She deserves a chance. She's your cousin after all. You'll just tell her everything you saw, and surely the two of you can have a healthy and productive conversation and get to the bottom of things, right? Maybe going to hear her side of things directly is your best course of action. Wayne said I need to find the witch. Let's see, who can we go to? Get more info. Getting out of here. Finding the rest of the stone carvings. Going to someone I can trust. Wayne said I needed to find the witch. I need to see Tabitha. I think I now understand why one of the biggest things I've seen about Chapter 5 is, or Episode 5, is that the replayability is crazy. I guess we are, like, what? You know, we're on the 5th episode. Like, we kind of do need to get things going, you know? So, like, I'm not exactly gonna complain about that, but... like... I do think we can do kind of structured, you know, we can kind of do a little bit better, of a job. than just throwing everything at once. I understand it's supposed to be chaotic, but like... Okay. Let's recap on what we've learned here, fellas. So, we know guaranteed there's 3. Our absolute minimum, there's 3 that we need to grab. We've done stuff, we've seen the first 3. There's 3 more we need to find. We need to go find the witch, but something tells me Tabitha and the witch are in cahoots. And I feel like I need someone I can trust my back to. Going to someone I can trust. That's right. If you can manage to throw yourself into the arms of someone you can actually trust, maybe they can help you. Maybe you don't have to deal with this alone. Can you trust anyone? I can trust Gretchen. Pastor Daniel. That'd be a pocket pick for sure. I think I could trust Stella. You can trust Stella. She knows Tabitha better than anybody, but also it's both of these. We've been together since day 1. She knows Tabitha better than... Stella knows your cousin better than anybody else in town. And right now, more than anything else, you need someone who can get in Tabitha's head. Run to Stella? I'm gonna run to her house. Oh, hello! You make your way over to Stella's house, desperately praying that she'll be home. She's been in this with you practically since the moment you arrived in town. She'll know what to do. She has to know what to do. You knock on her door, but you hear neither the shuffling of human footsteps nor the excitement of an eager geriatric pup. You wait for what feels like an eternity for the answer that never comes. Wherever Stella is, she isn't here. Where could you possibly turn to next? I need to go to the library. Not going anywhere without doing more research, especially not after all that effort you went to save the library. You're going there before you do anything else. Make your way to the Scarlet Hollow Library, hoping that Oscar can be the answer to your problems. Hey, it's Muddichu, that's an adult, right? Totally, Muddichu, it feels like you're always up when we need you, and Mr. Guerra has been in the hole in Rosalita's room since like yesterday. He won't come out, and he yelled at us when we tried to go down there, so we stayed over at my place, but my parents are kind of sick of sleepovers and said Rosalina has to go back to her house. But when Mr. Guerra is still in her room, I don't think he wants us around. He's talking to himself. He's kind of scaring us, so maybe you could, like, go talk to him or something? What kind of stuff is to be talking about? I know a lot of stuff about the rock we found down there. With the Amityville Horror? Sounds like the guy in that who tried to kill his whole family. Not that it's gonna happen or anything. Not if you talk to him. I'll go check on him. Thank you. Or we listen to you and doesn't just yell. You head into the library's annex and cross into Oscar's house. Rosalina's room is exactly as it was on Wednesday night. The very moment Stella opened the trap door. The carpet is pulled back, the hatch leading to the basement standing wide open. It sends an uncomfortable shiver down your spine, remembering the way it felt to see it in the twisted mind of a dead man. But that dead man is gone, you know he is, and now the only occupant of the dirt hole beneath Rosalina's room is Oscar, his muttered voice rising up from the open hatch. I'm gonna enter the basement. I don't even need to talk to him. You descend into the basement to find Oscar crouching on the ground amid a pile of muddied paper. There are markings scrawled out on their off-white surfaces, words, symbols, all forming odd patterns. But you was hoping to see. You would not believe the discoveries I made, or maybe you would believe it and everything was really. It doesn't matter, because I finally have something I can share with you. Because let me tell you, Rosalina was not ready to hear about anything I learned. Don't get me wrong, I get it, she's just a kid and she's had a miserable week. But you Medici, you're an adult, your brain is fully formed. No, I see that look in your eyes before you say anything. Let me catch up to you, catch you up to speed. This town is alive. Well, maybe alive isn't quite the right word to put it. Do you know about the Portuguese man of war? Quickly, we refer to it as a single organism, but it's actually a colony of different organisms working together as one unit. Genetically, they're all the same, but I'm rambling. Scarlet Hollow is like that, but the different organisms are these stone carvings, like the one right here. The individual members of the colony are waking up now, and I've been talking to one of them for hours. It's proven to be an invaluable research assistant. Tell me more. Okay, Oscar, I'll bite. Tell me more. Oscar breaks into a wide, unnerving grin. Gladly. You can imagine these stone carvings as nodes on a web or organs in a body. I'm mixing my metaphors, but the important part is that there's a connective tissue binding them all. And that web is Scarlet Hollow. We're all trapped in that web. Caught in, like, literally? Yes and no, how do I explain? Essentially, every person in Scarlet Hollow is bound to the town. People can try to leave, but the binding is elastic, you could say. The more they pull away, the harder it snaps them back. And it's only gotten worse now that the Holler's starting to wake up. This is all true, then how did my mom manage to leave? I don't know, maybe she figured out a way to unwind herself from the web, or stretch it out as thin as she could. Perhaps knowing about the nature of Scarlet Hollow is enough to resist its pull, even if that resistance takes a terrible toll on a person. Though it's impossible that knowing only meant she could force herself to stay away from it as long as she could, despite the consequences. From what I heard, there were consequences. Perline could have embellished how hard it was for her out there, but the cancer, that was a fact, wasn't it? She didn't leave forever anyway. The town got part of her back. You. Take it, you got... out of the whole building, as far away from the stupid rock as possible. From your enthusiasm, I take it you have some sort of plan. I do, actually. Dad? Rosalina and Alexis leans down from the hatch, silhouetted in the sunlight pouring through the bedroom windows. Rosalina, sweetheart, I'm in the middle of something at the moment. You've been down there forever. Alice is hungry, I'm hungry. You've got to be hungry too. Can you just come upstairs for food? Last night, it's only been a few hours. Mr. Guerreras, it's Friday now and like almost noon. Oh, is that right? Friday. Oscar sighs, raising the bridge of his nose. His glasses have left deep marks on his skin, irritated and red. I see, I'll be up in a second. You said that... I promise this time. Mother was just about to leave and then I'll come up. Come up now. The pizza rolls are already on the counter. They're gonna defrost. They're out much longer, and I don't know how to work your oven. You hear the girls' footsteps above you as they walk back towards the kitchen, talking amongst themselves. The connection is weaker now, anyway. Maybe the stone wants me to break too. Medici, before I forget. He reaches for one of the books on the floor, casually ripping a page free and holding it out to you. It's a map of Scarlet Hollow. There's another one on Julius Tremaine's farm. It's already starting to wake up. Go there. Do what you've done with the others, and hopefully I have more for you when you get back. I'll refuel, make sure the girls are squared away. Then it's back to work. If the carving still wants to talk. Something terrible will happen to me if... what? Did they mean anything to you? You show Oscar the notes you found hidden away in Enoch's desk. Prosperity, vitality, spirit, bounty, throne, and dominion. Seems to be the one under our feet. Yes, these feel correct, if archaic. I could call this one something closer to order than dominion. Maybe I'd just call it justice if that didn't feel too informed by the trial. It's interesting, actually. Having these words helped me almost focus on them as individuals. Even if I can't quite connect a given presence to a given word, but one of them has to have been awake far longer than the others. I can feel that much. But it gets blurry where one stops and another starts. Somewhere else I can go. Oscar stares at you for what feels like an uncomfortably long time, his eyes wide and unblinking. There's one that just started to stir out by the church, I think, hidden away somewhere hard to reach, but you'll find it once it's ready to be found. As for the supposed sixth, I can't feel it at all, if it even exists. You can probably forget about it for now, just like the others. But you have to go to the farms today. If you don't find your way there, something terrible will happen to you. What do you mean something terrible will happen to me? That's all I can say, really. It's blurry, but my carving hasn't been wrong about anything it's told me so far. If I were you, I'd listen to its warning. Make sure you get to the farms today, though you'll probably find your own way out there no matter where you try to go. As long as you don't do anything foolish, be careful, Muddachu. I should tell you about what I heard, about what I found this morning. As you recount your journey into the Forbidden Wing, every harrowing detail, Oscar seems to grow pensive, restless. He keeps glancing down at the stone, his lips partially forming words that are never quite audible. He pauses when you finish, as if listening to something you can't hear. Yes, I see. It makes sense of your family. The Scarlet family has a connection to that nature of Scarlet Hollow. That isn't surprising. I had assumed as much, but you shouldn't pay too much mind to what you found in the estate. Not yet. Missing the forest for the trees, you understand, yes? The important thing is that the bottom line is the town, or at least the part of the town I've been in contact with, wants to be free of itself. It's as trapped as all of us, after all. And if we can help it cut loose, it doesn't matter what you found up there. So we focus on that goal, we focus on the carvings. Wayne told me to find someone he called the Witch. Do you have any idea on who she is? So the Witch, the word, it feels heavy, doesn't it? Important, at least to the carving. If Wayne mentioned it, he must have goals in common with the carving. This witch is familiar to it. There's anger, I see, of course. She brought them here. It's her fault. She wants you to destroy her. And I guess I'll get going. You've got to clean yourself up, man. You have way too many responsibilities to be down here for so long. Your daughter needs you. Yes, I've been down here a long time, haven't I? The thing is as dangerous as it is helpful, so easy to lose myself in conversation. I'll rinse off, cook for Rosalina and myself, and I should probably eat too. Once I've refueled, I'll come back down. I don't know why this carving has chosen me, but it has already helped us so much, hasn't it? For the first time since the bloodstain appeared on the carpet, I actually feel useful. I'm gonna make it count. Roll for sanity. After you made contact with something other. I'm not gonna do that. I was about to tune the mic. That's gross and rude and bad of me. That's gross and disgusting of me. I'm sorry. I have manners. I should act like it. I'm still chewing though, so you gotta give me a minute. Crack open the second welder of the day. You and Oscar climb out of the basement together. You attempt to say parting words, but he quickly ushers you out the door, clearly already eager for the chance to return to his rock. Next to the library, finding yourself back on Main Street with a map to Julius Tremaine's homestead in hand. But where could you possibly turn to next? Wayne said I need to find the witch. Wayne told you to find the witch, and he noticeably didn't tell you to take this to Tabitha. Only you have no idea where to even begin finding this witch, or for that matter, who you assume she's a she, could possibly be. Think harder, but the harder you think, the more easily the answers seem to slip away from you. As though you're trying to grab onto dry sand on the beach, you can only hope that the witch Wayne spoke of will reveal herself with time. Time right now feels like a precious resource. The weight of this morning sits on your shoulders, driving you into the ground. Do something to make it stop. You know what? Maybe you don't have to deal with this alone. Can you trust anyone? Maybe Sybil? You know that with certainty. Who was Sybil again? for thinking and remembering and thinking and going through the past few days and remembering and thinking and contemplating and trying to piece together whatever it was that you were supposed to be doing anyway. It was something important. That's right. You're trying to figure out who you can trust, given that everything that happened to you this morning. Can you trust anyone? When is the only person you can trust? And he's already told you everything he's willing to share. That brings you back to where you started. What are you gonna do? Interesting. I'm gonna see. Can you trust anyone? Can I trust? You can trust Avery. That's the only other outs. Avery hasn't wronged me, and right now that's a good enough reason as any to trust someone. Run to Avery. Yeah. You arrive at the diner, breathless and panicked. You pause in the lot outside, doing your best to gather your thoughts, trying to make yourself presentable before being seen in a place as public as Winnie's. Before you can, a voice calls out from around the corner. Looking for Avery? They're up at Julius. Left me high and dry dealing with some very irritable miners. Sounds like the strike's off and a bunch of good folks got fired over it. Good folks got fired up, but you didn't want to hear it from me. Thought giving a job to my sister's kid would make running the diner easier, but this is the second shift in a row I'm understaffed. But I guess it's good they're finally making friends in town. Why is Avery at Julius' place? I know, didn't ask. I'd rather this wasn't the case, I'll tell you that much. Can't say I approve of Avery getting calls from a crusty old man like Mr. Tremaine, but I don't stick my nose where it don't belong. How do I get to Julia's place? Quite a walk, but if you really want to get there, just follow Main Street back the way you came, take a turn at Tremaine Drive, or Callaway Lane. It's got 2 signs, no way you can miss it. Then just walk a mile or so down that gravelly patch, then trying to pass off as a road. And look, I know you're well-meaning, but I've heard enough from Avery to know that you bring trouble everywhere you go. You better not let so much as a stray feather land on him, or I'll be coming for you. Yes, ma'am. Misconnection. Chat with Winnie. Winnie returns to the diner, leaving you alone to ponder your next step. Where could you possibly turn next? I mean, everything's telling me I'm gonna fall off. After your meeting with Oscar, it's obvious where you need to go next, but it's also a mile-long walk. If you want to get there now alone, you're committed. I'm going. Your destination set, you start the mile-long trek to the Tremaine and Callaway farms. You can only hope that answers await you there, rather than even more questions. You make your way law-abiding citizen. Police's radar. As you make your way along the sunlit dirt road, you feel something. It's familiar by now. A tingling at the back of your skull, an urgency, almost like a hand pressing you gently forward, with a threat that it might become more forceful if you don't comply. You pick up the pace. The road continues on, winding around massive ancient trees, navigating around hills. But you seem to know a faster route. You veer off course, up into the woods, letting your feet guide you over the fallen logs and through thick, tangled trees. There's something crying. The sound echoes in your ears, though you can't actually hear it, like it's crying in your head. You wander deep into the woods, but you're not lost. Not when you have this feeling, like some invisible string tugging at your chest, pulling you forward. You're right on track, like some... In fact, you're right on track, in fact. Soon you'll be there, and then... Good, you found your way. I knew you would eventually. You knew... Why is it doing this to me? Piece of a hole, like the others. Your blood reacts strongly to their presence. It's the same for all Scarlets. Oh, I see. So that's why she's that's why. Ooh. You knew I would come here. Why are you here? I feel so weird. Don't leave me again. I don't know. You knew I would come here? It is the loudest today. The town has shifted its attention in accordance whether or not it realizes as much. He's right, of course. It's not a sound exactly, but there's something calling, begging. And you're particularly susceptible. It feels so weird. I feel weird. Man cocked his head. Sounds like you're distracted. You'd better get going soon, in fact. You have to. You're wasting time. You already know where you need to go. I have to go to the farmhouse. I have to go? You do. I'm sorry, Marachu. None that I never wanted you to do all this alone. But the witch rushed things. I imagine she's trying to keep us apart. Afraid that words of encouragement are all I can offer. Much rather be by your side through this, but she's dangerous to me. But not to you. She can't hurt you in any way that matters, especially now that she's at her most vulnerable. And I trust you'll know what to do when you find her, so go on. You don't need any further convincing. Something is crying and it needs you. You can't keep ignoring it. You continue past the tree line and out into the gentle afternoon sun. Oh, and Muddachu, be careful of the farmer. As soon as the twin farmhouses come into view, the feeling gets worse. Every muscle in your body tenses, terrified, for some reason of taking another step forward, afraid you won't be able to stop, but you want to keep walking, don't you? The invisible, eager thread tugs at your chest. Hold on, slow down, Irma. Where is the sheriff? I already said I caught him on account of Bo went in the Tremaine house to give Julius a piece of his mind. He ain't come back out since this morning. So the sheriff went in there with Deputy White and I heard gunshot and the sound, the worst shriek you ever heard. So then the black deputy went on after him and nobody's come out since. It's starting to worry me. I'm running out of folks to call for help. Wait, is that Muddachu? Did the whole town get a memo about this? Muddachu, ain't that the Scarlet cousin? Yes, this doesn't bode well. You really have a way of showing up the worst times, don't you? First that kid from the diner, now some Scarlet relative. People are crawling out of the woodwork. Yet not a one has been of any help. Hold on, what was that? Kid from the diner, you mean Avery? Is that right? I don't tend to go in there myself. That's one of Tremaine's haunts. Now that I think of it, that kid comes up here every now and then to trim Julius's hedges. Those two must know each other, and this Avery showed up here before I had a chance to call the cops, so Tremaine must have called, but that could mean Julius may have needed help with something, and none of us have to jump to conclusions about what that might be, alright? What's going on? I think Miss Calloway here laid it out pretty well. There's an emergency situation. The sheriff called me here since I'm one of the designated emergency personnel. No, that's all you need to know. Please try to stay out of the way while I do my job, or better yet, go home. What was Bo trying to give? Why was Bo trying to give Julius a piece of his mind? We don't need to get into a why, Irma. You've already had to tell the police. I'll tell you as many times as I have to. It means someone to get something done about it. He and his daddy were going a show star punking for the state fair, and despite the loss our family suffered this week, both had a sight to take on setting down the fair with him. On taking down the fair with him. Because he knows it's what his daddy would have wanted. They were both so proud of that pumpkin, but he didn't get the chance because it disappeared from our patch a couple days ago. And of course we had a pretty good idea who done it, considering the way to me, it was always about the property line. Her voice sounds tinny in the thick air. Your mind is trying not to hear the woman. Your focus slipping, but you persevere. I try to do right and go to the police first, and he's a sensible young man. They ain't been much help. Never are when it comes to property disputes up this way. They're always saying they ain't interested in taking sides. If you ask me, I think they're afraid of Julius. Maybe they was right to be. Bo took matters into his own hands and went up there to forgive him what for, even though I told him the house is dangerous. Now it's been hours and he's still in there. Every question you ask is more time spent not being where you're supposed to be. Time isn't something you should be playing with right now. The itching in your head has told you as much. Enough questions. I'll go check on Bo for you, ma'am. Who's we? You don't think you're going in with me, do you? Yes, you do. You have to go in there, whether you want to or not. I don't care who goes in there as long as somebody finally comes out. I just want to know what's happening. The waiting is killing me worse than no one would. I'm the only person in town who can truly do anything to fix this. Only person to fix this. Not exactly what you planned to have come out of your mouth, but words aren't feeling right on your tongue, and you're too distracted to do anything better than that. Okay, now you're definitely staying put. You don't need to be involved in the dangerous situations while you're clearly feeling disoriented. No, you're not disoriented. Your clarity of vision is better than ever. Now get going. You push past the doctor and start up the hill. Yeah, exactly. Can you at least pretend to have a survival instinct just for one day? You can hear her trailing behind you. It sounds like she's jogging, but she doesn't seem to be catching up to you. Maybe you're running. It's hard to tell. She's yelling too, some further words of warning, but the neglected farmhouse looms above you, your destination so close now. Door opens, rusted hinges screeching, and you step across the threshold. Dr. Kelly's hand is on your shoulder, trying to pull you back, but you pull forward instead. The door swings shut behind you both. Sheriff Hugsby dangles in the middle of the room, an axe attached to some strange mechanism in the ceiling is embedded in his face, holding up his corpse in an imitation of the life. Careful, Joan. There are traps all over the place. Past the body, you can see a giant pumpkin. Through the door to the garage. Cracked open, guts strewn across the floor, seeds dotted across the hardwood like a trail of breadcrumbs leading to the basement stairs. What is going on here? Dirksen, is the doc here yet? We need to get medical personnel down here. His voice is coming from the basement. That's where you need to be. You've been shot, Joan. I think you'd better call somebody. The doctor's here, Julius. You should come. You let her come down. You don't really want the officer to die down here, do you? Not the one blocking the stairs. I'm not the one you gotta convince. Won't be blocked for you. The stone wants you here. Everybody shut up. Avery, that's your name, right? Get pressure on that wound. Yes, ma'am. Get away from him, kid. But the doctor... I don't care. Let him bleed. You're only making problems for yourself, Tremaine. Dr. Kelly quickly pulled out her phone. Signaling, I gotta step outside. You keep holding that wound and no one else better die while I'm gone. The doctor pulls at the door, but a weave of fibrous tendrils hold it shut. It seemed that the same forces that let you in refuse to let anyone leave. Are we stuck here? What are we supposed to do now? You already know what to do. Approach the basement. You start down the hall, and as if expecting your arrival, the vines seem to shift, parting slightly, letting you through. Who the... So you tried to undermine me, witch. Should have known you'd try to find your way around the rules. You've trapped the town. This isn't what any of us wanted. You should nullify the deal before this gets any worse. Just unhappy. I didn't think anything like that would be so opinionated. But I have a plan to placate it. If once a less broken body can have one. Then we'll see if it still feels cheated enough to hold a grudge. It's not too late, Anach. You can let Eddie have the baby, and your family can go back to normal, happy and unburdened. I'll clean everything up. It can be nothing like it ever happened. I'll even leave town. Nipple of a hag. That's what you wanted all along, wasn't it? The entire ordeal was just an opportunity for you to have access to it. Well, I know better than to hand an ounce of power over to you, Verena. Hey. You're not dead, are you? Enoch. Went over even the witch. The witch Sybil? She sent you? She tricked you into taking her side on all this? Julius. Who's Julius again? Hold on. Guess I should have known. Probably wasn't the only one whose life she'd had to screw with. But all that ends now. I'm in charge here, and I'll get what I promised. What I was promised. Hey man, cool down. It's all good. Speak for yourself. What happened here? Beau is with child? Your vision finally focuses, and your mind is once again your own. Avery watches you furtively from across the room. The man Julius holds a gun in a silent threat. Franklin clutches at a nasty wound in his side, blood spilling out onto the dirt floor of the unfinished basement. And in the corner is Beau. Something is attached to him, the source of the awful noise. What? It stutters with pained insulation. But Beau is still breathing, but he doesn't look well. The stone brought you here and sucked you into the middle of another nightmare. Monitor, we can't get to you. The door's sealed shut, but even as she yells to you, her voice is faint, barely audible behind the now thickened roots and vines that block your escape. Let's bring Monitor up to speed, Julius. He looks a little shell-shocked. Where do I begin? Alright, so the witch, I caught her doing some stuff she shouldn't have been doing. She offered me a deal if I kept it to myself. Always wanted to raise a boy of my own. God never saw fit to give me the chance. She gave me the means to right that injustice. Only it obviously didn't go the way it was supposed to. Calloway's interfered, just like always. Made it so I had to hatch him earlier. Then he was ready. He came out hungry. Too hungry for me to handle. Kept trying to get at me. Got the hole up down here. Been stuck since freaking Wednesday night. Roots won't let me leave and they clogged up the drain, so I haven't been able to call that witch and get her to make things right. But I'm a man of preparedness. Figured I could wait it out. Till Beau here decided to trespass. Guess he lost a tussle with my boy. Two of them wound up here down here with me. That about sums it up. I guess in the end it's only fair, a son for a son. And birth ain't ever pretty, is it? It's not like doing it the old-fashioned way, it's all sunshine and rainbows. He winds up looking more like a person when he's done cooking. I don't care about your story, Tremaine. None of that gives you a reason to shoot a cop. Self-defense, the castle doctrine. Wait, why should I care what happens? I've just been dropped. None of this has anything to do with me. Thought you were chill. Why are you helping this guy? You said you've been down here since Wednesday? Why didn't you call anyone till now? Because this is my business. You city people have no true concept of privacy, do you? And I'm not so prideful that I can't admit this particular situation got out of hand. It's a witch's fault. She knew this would happen. All this was a long con to get me out of the picture, I bet anything. Part of me only wants to survive all this unscathed so I can rub it in her face. Avery, I thought you was chill. Avery, what's going on down here? I have to answer, kid. I don't need my business explained to every stranger who decides to pay me a visit. Okay, Medichi's been through a lot of stuff like this lately. Must be an expert at this point. So Julius hatched a baby out of the pumpkin. That really big pumpkin? You probably saw it upstairs. Then he was stuck in the basement for a couple of days while it was upstairs crawling around looking for food. Then unfortunately Bo showed up. All I heard was some yelling and crashing around up there. Then I wound up with this situation in my hands. So I called the kid to come and try to help me sort it out. That's me. Julius thought my plan expertise would come in handy. I can't even say it's been that helpful though. I feel like the baby is freaking out more than ever. Getting it out of Bo without killing him doesn't seem easy or possible. Would have been easier if everyone in town hadn't showed up uninvited. And why is Deputy Franklin shot? All I did was walk in. You can't just walk into a man's house and expect to have the run of the place. Getting ready to pull out your gun, I was offending myself. Do you know how to contact? You need to let Bo go. Do we care about Bo or the witch? Do you know how to contact her, the witch? Of course I do. You think I'm some idiot who makes a deal without some way to get out of it? Not my fault things went through crap before I could call her up. Fact is, I tried, but the only means of contact I got is that faucet over there. Fed by natural spring water. That's her preferred method of communication, like her internet, I suppose. But as you can see, it's currently out of order. My boy's got his meat all in there. We won't begin to drop out of it till he's calmed down. Thing is reaching for him, his little tendrils trying to extend in Julius's direction, and he's standing just outside their reach. You'll have your witch as soon as all this is settled, so don't do anything stupid, none of you. Shifting uncomfortably as the creature lets out a guttural moan. So we're just supposed to wait until the Calloway kids die? Exactly right, my kid gets born, we all forget this ever happened. Part of the picture of why exactly Avery is here. Their presence is odd, to say the very least. Avery, why exactly are you here? Bo and the baby. Does your son have a name? You don't name a kid till after it's born, even I know that. Bad luck if you do it early. Maybe if we offered him something better? It sounds like it was hunting you before it found him. What happens if it gets hungry again? I don't appreciate you trying to pick all this apart. Just sit there and stay quiet and we won't have trouble, got it? You won't get the chance to go after Julius. I'll be taking you in. Not if you hurry up and die. If we offered him something better? This ain't a debate. Shut up or I'll shut my mouth for you. No, Julius, I still think there's something we're missing. If much you think so too, maybe it's worth talking about again. Well, I'm here in the first place, right? To come up with some other solution? And you and I already decided this was the best. That discussion we had and done was done with before anyone else even showed up. Bo, can you hear me? Are you alive, big guy? Gotta go back to Mom and worry about me. I don't think it likes when he talks. Those things under his skin starts moving, like it's painful. Stop asking him questions. Let him die easy. No, I'm gonna do the situation. Why do you even want a kid? The sheriff's dead. Franklin, how did you get down here? What happened? Maybe if we let Dr. Kelly in here, she can help. We might save Bo without killing your son thing. You know, Julius is the one you have to convince. Baby's pretty freaked out right now, and it's been getting worse ever since everyone started coming in. It's trying to protect itself. My boy's got excellent instinct for self-preservation. So unless he just lets let her come down here, we best leave it. The thing takes more of him. Can't you see he's reaching for you? Maybe you should take him. bows. Hey, this child. Julius, can't you see he's reaching for you? Maybe you should take him. Just having some kind of spasm. Quit reading into it. He's your son, shouldn't he? It's not fair to pass that off on someone else. You're afraid of what it's gonna do to him, of what it's done to him. Oh, can I say all this? Shouldn't he be brought into the world by the person who loves him most? No way would he be happier with that scrawny old man like me. He's better off with the boy. I don't know if it's about that. I think Muddichew's on something. Maybe it's about connection. But it killed me. That ain't fair. This is my one chance for things to go right in my life. Everyone else got their chances. Don't I deserve mine? You're taking everything from someone else to get it. Franklin coughs, grabbing at his injured side. Do you think having somebody else do the hard part for you is any way to start your kid's life? What, so I should just kill myself? Rob myself of ever getting to see the fruits of all this? What was the point? I don't think anyone has to die, Julius. Right now, it's just to get Beau. It's just got Beau. I know he's big, but he's still just one person. What if your kid wants more than one person can give? What if you actually let me help you? Julius falls into silence. We can handle it. Then I'll take care of him. When you're, Franklin, while I rot in jail. Look, you wanted a legacy, right? So much talking. If that's what this is about, then you're never gonna get to see all of it. That's kind of the point. A legacy is like waves left after you jump into the pool, man. Evidence for other people to see how big of a splash you made. You want that splash to be made in someone else's blood? Julia says nothing, watching the thing as it continues to eat Beau. Its malformed hands still outstretched like a taproot, searching desperately for water. Talking like you know anything. You barely got out of high school. What do you know? Know about nurturing things that don't know I exist. I know about leaving a mark, even though nobody will know it's me, because nobody sees me. But somebody might see what I made. You want Beau's murder to be what they see? I don't think you do, so let me help you. I called you up here. Listen to Avery, dude. Let them help you. What is your kid worth to you if you aren't putting everything on the line for him? Listen to Avery. Let them help you. Julius doesn't respond. He watches as the boy shifts on top of Beau, crying meekly. What exactly are you saying we should do? Let him do that to us. Move him off of Beau. See if he'll come willingly, and hopefully the two of us can manage it better than he can all on his own, especially if we're not fighting. Fighting him every step of the way. Can't feel nice to be attached to somebody who doesn't want you. Shouldn't he know he's coming into the world where people care about him? Okay, why are you making it all sound so queer? If you wanted to raise a kid right, you're gonna have to soften up sometimes, old man. Julius crosses the room, kneeling by Beau, and the half-formed thing curled up on his chest. It immediately reaches out, grabbing desperately for him. Avery intercepts, taking its translucent hand, holding it gently. He could kill us. But it's too late for doubts now. It started. You can see the tendrils dislodge from inside Beau, and he whimpers, seizing as they slide from underneath his skin, transferring to both Julius and Avery. Told you he gets it. Oh, this hurts. It certainly looks painful, but no blood seeps from the wounds, where the boy's greedy appendages have broken through. Not a drop going to waste. The boy, in contrast to the pained grimaces of Julius and Avery, seems to have finally settled into comfort, falling into something like sleep as it nestles between its donors. Convince two outcasts to work together to save a life. Yay! As the thing's panic fades, the vines blocking the door shakes. Doors slacken. The house groans unnaturally, straining under the weight of the relaxing meat of the creature's womb. The faucet in the corner of the room, finally unclogged, bursts to life and water pours onto the dirt floor. You want your witch? Well, here she comes. Here, somebody, doctor. Oh, it worked. Your hands are wet, the water is spreading, pooling around you, making the floor slippery with mud. Dr. Kelly rushes down the now unblocked stairs, her eyes wide with horror at the scene in the basement. What happened down here? Beau, can you hear me? I'm getting a checkup. I've been shot as well, ma'am. Need hospital. Better make some calls. Everyone stay with me. Let the water take you. You watch the other people in the room as the water slowly rises. Their faces turn to you, concerned, but you can no longer make out their voices. It's like they're trying to talk to you from behind a wall. And then the flood takes you. Ginseng, baby. Finish episode 5. Oh, we're done? What? Come on, you gotta give me more. You can't just leave me on this. Come on. We just had a massive plot relevance. Massive plot breakthroughs and you're telling me there's no more. What is this? What is this? I'm being too crazy right now for being 12 in the morning for me. But whatever. You feel like you're choking. There's water in your lungs, or there should be. Your ears are filled with the sound of a rushing current. Wait, what? Wait, what is it? We got whole new mechanics, and it's cold and dark, and there are people screaming somewhere. What is the point and click? Oh, hello. There are bodies in the water with you. They're all dead. 1,000 corpses. 1,000 homes, all torn to pieces. Oh, does it blink when I click? But the flood recedes. It hasn't happened yet. You are the mother of a daughter, and your daughter has told you about her terrible dream. Okay. It's going to kill everyone. You are not the one who had the vision. Not yet. It has only been described to you by the daughter you have been teaching, as your mother taught you. You're the only one who can stop it, Mother, but you won't be strong enough. Her words are heavy. The village is doomed then. Of course I'll stop it. Don't worry too much, daughter. No, Mother, I've seen it. You will try to stop it and you will die. There's another path. Take my power. I give it willingly. But I want you to be your own person. I can't do this to you. I can't lose you. You will lose me in any path but this. If we do nothing, we will die with everyone else. If we flee, I will have the weight of 1,000 lives on my shoulders. I couldn't live. I would be lost either way. This is the way it must be. Oh, wait, what? What is up with this situation? Accept and take your daughter back. Take your daughter back. Reject and let 1,000 die. If she says that even if she survives, she will not... If she says that if this is her choice, though I am a mother in this situation, if my child, if I be greedy and let everyone but us die, she will be burdened guilt the rest of her life. She'll never be able to live, as she said. Accept and take your daughter back. I refuse to put that burden on her. You accept your daughter's decision. She is not the child she once was, and there is a confidence in her that you have no choice but to respect. You take her back. Her power becomes yours. The flood does not come. The village is saved, and no one ever knows the sacrifice that was made for their lives. No one but you. Years have passed. You outlive everyone you used to know. You move on. You meet new people. You start a new life. You have another daughter. This time, the vision is yours. The piece of your first daughter that lives in you, showing you what's to come. The rotting bodies on the streets, the sick, the smell of sickness in the wind, church bells ringing from an endless parade of funerals, an entire city whose gates will never reopen. Everyone's inside the walls, failing to cure the plague. You are among their number. Your body is no longer strong enough to heal even itself. You are not enough to stop it. Not as you are. There is another path, a narrow thread. If you were stronger, you could tug at it and unravel the tapestry of the future. Mother, what's wrong? Your daughter will never be as strong as you are, not after what you had to do. But she still carries in her some strength. Enough. Explain to her as it was explained to you. You tell her what's coming. You explain what she has to give up. What you both have to give up. You love your daughter, after all. You will miss her as you miss your first daughter. She is angry. Even when you try to explain that she will be a part of you, that she won't die, she cries and cries, and she tries to run away from you. Fate is attempting to cut its loose thread. I will give up on the city, because as the opposite of the first child, The second refuses, and it is not her choice to make. Your daughter leaves you. You resign yourself to the future. She is one of the first to die. The streets flood with disease, and the bodies are burned, then left in heaps on the street until no one is left to remember any of their names. But that's not how it happened. This has already come to pass, and there's no changing it now. No matter how much you might wish it had all gone differently. The whole entire city rests on this decision. Stop her from leaving. You do not let your daughter run from you. I tried. No plague comes. The city never knows that it would have been a ruin. But there is an unhappiness in you. She didn't understand, and what you took of her is angry, confused, restless. You will have to carry that with you. It is a part of the burden of what you have, for what you are. Burden of what you are. Though no one knows the depth of what you have done. Over the years, you have not escaped notice. You find yourself in a capital, in a place whose name has changed too many times to count. A war is brewing. The eyes of those who hold fate in their hands are you. You find yourself in a capital, in a place whose name has changed too many times to count. A war is brewing. The eyes of those who hold fate in their hands are on you. Their lips asking which threads to pull and which to cut. And the tapestry is once again revealed to you. The war rages and it never stops raging, bleeding, that spans generations. Children born to die, decades of pain that leave a raw wound on the world. Or it ends before it begins. The few die for the sake of the many. You can guide powerful hands to crush those that need crushing, if only you had more power of your own. You call your daughter to you. You raise them differently these days. The disquiet left by the reluctant daughter taught you a permanent lesson. They don't need convincing anymore. They are ready to return to you whenever you need them. You have a change of heart. It has to end sometime. You let her go. Hundreds of thousands suffer. Countless lives are cut short. Your daughter is among them, even in her privileged place by your side. The war reaches her, and the both of you burn along with everyone else. You saved her for nothing. But of course, that's not how it goes. Take her back and stop the war before it starts. This daughter joins her sisters easily, as she has been trained to do. You are the only one who will remember her sacrifice in her name. A small rebellion is crushed before it becomes a revolution. The people in power are happy. You leave. You don't want to see any more visions of war. You set your sights on a place where there are no kings. And yet, even an ocean away, power finds you. A man with aspirations. Anyone can hold power here, you have discovered, if they're vicious enough to want it. The hunger in him senses the power in you, and for a time, you humor him. You allow him to give you a life of comfort, you and your daughter. You don't see a future where he ever grows more powerful than you can manage. Not until a vision comes. A war like none the world has witnessed. A fledgling nation devoured in the nest. A man who sits on a throne where none was meant to be. The world under his cruel fist bowing to its crushing weight. Very ocean stained red by his influence. He is already on his way, you realize too late. You have been too close to him to see it. Your choices have already narrowed. The war is coming, whether you strike now or not, the loose thread sticking out from a mass of blood, with you too weak to grasp it. But you have a daughter. You always have a daughter until you don't. It's time to rest. Aren't you tired? Of course you are. But the world needs you. You can't let it end like this. The part of you that is your first daughter can't let you. Take it back and erase the man before his name can mean anything. She joins her sisters, as is her destiny, and you remove him from the world. The hole where he was is filled by lesser men, none of whom remember whose shoes they're stepping into, and none of whom can hope to command the way he would have. The blood is spilled, less blood, but you still feel every drop. You hide yourself away from the world, you and your daughter. The visions still find you, but here they are small. The decision's simple. You make them all the same, helping where you can. A storm halted, a conflict settled. Until one day, when you are shown a dark pit. Splintering wood, debris trapping everyone inside, bodies burning as the very rock catches fire, children screaming as their flesh bubbles, then silence as lungs fill with smoke. You know the choices that lie in front of you. Not this time. You take your daughter's hand and you look her in the eyes. They're green like yours. You don't want to do this. Do it this time. You stare out over the hill together. As a plume of smoke rises into the air. You can't hear the screams from here. You assume you will die one day like everyone else. After all, you're long past due. Maybe you'll be lucky enough to know your grandchildren before you go. Then the man comes, and with him a vision. He has already decided. He is bringing something here. Something ravenous that doesn't belong. But that has been pressing at the edges of your world, trying to find a way in. And now it has a way now, whether you help him or not. More of the thread you followed comes into focus. And for the first time, you follow it beyond your death. Disaster after disaster, crisis after crisis, thousands of years of little cuts that you weren't there to mend. Oh, on and on it goes longer than you can ever hope to follow. It's toll eternal and incalculable. But there's a new thread too. If you're patient enough, if you're strong enough when the moment finally comes, if you do everything right, you can devour this thing that sits outside the world. And it will give you so much power that you'll never have to take back a daughter again. You can fix as many things as you care to fix. Floods, plagues, wars, kings. You look into her green eyes so much like yours. But what you did, take her back and summon. Oh, that's interesting. That's so cool. Hold on, I want to get this perfect. Like this? Are they all different, or do they all have the same? Okay, take her back and summon the entity into the world. You welcome her back as you have with every daughter before her, and you help the man. He is arrogant. He cheats the thing from another world in every way he can. He wastes your time. There will be more daughters before the day comes that there will have to be more daughters. Before the end, and this is all over. But days and daughters come and go. You're very patient. You have to be. If you're to stop the hurt that would scar a world without you there to guide it. And now you are here, on the cusp of the end, the final daughter. Oh, so Sybil is the witch. Okay. I didn't think I'd have to do character voices. Hold on. I'm saving this. You, what are you doing here? Are you real? No, it doesn't matter. I don't care if you're a dream or not. I've already made my decision anyways. Don't bother trying to talk me out of it. I finally have a real purpose, and now that I know what that purpose has always been, I can't go back, or it would hang over me for the rest of my stupid small life. I forgot you. I can't believe it. It's like you didn't exist. That's okay. It's a part of all this. Soon enough, you can go back to forgetting, and it'll be all like this never happened. You won't even know to be upset about. What exactly is she trying to prevent? What decision?
Did you not just go through that whole life story thing? Was that just me? Look, I'm going to do what I was born to do. I'm going to save lives, Muddachu, more than most people could in a lifetime.
What exactly is she even trying to prevent?
The thing that Enoch brought, whatever it is, breaking out and causing havoc. And all those disasters my mom would be able to stop if she had taken its power for herself. I'm so much smaller than all of that. But in this moment, I can be what stops it. I can be big enough. My life can be meaningful.
Do you really feel like you have to sacrifice yourself for your life to have meaning?
Working at that crappy little general store in a dying town? Yeah. I would call that pretty meaningless.
How do we know any of that really happened?
Not all you want, but I'm not taking that chance. Because if I turn back now, I'll know everything my mom could have stopped will be my fault.
You don't have to do this, Kunika.
Yes, I do. You saw what's going to happen if I don't. What am I supposed to do? Go back to my normal life after knowing how many people are going to suffer through this generation because I was too selfish to save them? How could I ever live with myself?
Same way any of us do. She doesn't see you as a person. She hasn't seen anyone as a person in a long time. She doesn't see you as a person. So you're just gonna throw your life away because somebody else is asking you to? In the same way any of us do. You're not solely responsible for the fate of the world, and neither is she. She doesn't see you as a person. She hasn't seen anyone as a person in a long time. Can't trust her to make human decisions when she's not human anymore. The same way any of us do. You're not solely responsible for the fate of the world, and neither is she.
Well, yeah, but that doesn't mean I should only ever make choices that benefit me. Sometimes people have to make the decisions that hurt them in order to do the most good. People have to pay taxes or donate kidneys or, things that aren't pleasant, but that help people and make the world work. I'm happy to do this. I am. Stop trying to convince me I'm not.
I don't know, I'm just gonna push. Sister, no one is saved. Would you regret it? You're so busy making excuses for what she wants you to do, you're not letting yourself feel what you actually feel. What if you have value outside of what you can do for other people? What she wants you to do, you're not letting yourself feel that way you actually feel. I feel like I've been pretty pro-life this whole entire time. Not Republicanese. Just like, I've been pretty much, like this whole time I've been pretty much like, I saved the kid. I saved the children from the mines. I saved, who else did I save? I saved Reese from Tabitha. I saved, outside of Reese and Tabitha, I saved the kid, like the baby, this episode. And like, I kind of want to see if I can keep... You're so busy making excuses for what she wants you to do, you're not letting yourself feel what you actually feel.
My feelings don't matter, Muddachu. No, I can't.
Quiet, dear. There's no need to let Muddachu talk you in circles. You already know the right answer, remember?
I don't know anymore.
Muddachu, you have no idea the kind of danger you're putting yourself in by being here. You think you're doing the right thing, but all you're doing is dooming countless lives, starting with yours. Tabitha, too, I'm sure you've noticed how stressed she's been. She carries an incredible weight on her shoulders. But you can finally be free if you let me do what needs done. Nika can save you on her own, but I can't. I'm only able to tell you this so much, but I tried to show you what I could. I'd hoped you'd be able to trust me by now, for your sake. The only way your story gets a happy ending. He's telling the truth. Why should I trust you? Didn't this throw a wrench into your plans? So, it's her life or mine, is that what you're saying? That's a very distinct possibility, yes, though any harm visited on you won't come from me. You're in danger, I'm sure you can feel it. And I make a powerful ally. Believe me when I say I understand the burden that's been placed on you. He's already gonna take care of me. I don't need your help. It's your pitying look. You poor dear. Do you really feel like he's the only one you can turn to? I've been manipulating you, yet that man somehow managed to earn your loyalty. It's just because he's kind. He's been kind. Kindness is easy when you're free to lie. Truth is what's hard. Giving you the truth now. Why can't you be direct? Why all this mystery? Those are the rules. Every bargain has its rules. What about this bargain? What would I be agreeing to? This isn't a bargain. I was always going to help you. After all, I intend to break the structures that have been holding everyone in place. No interest in building a new prison. You gonna abandon him or something? Of course not. Do you think I haven't had other children in the past? I've just become something else to them. Someone who still loves them. He won't be alone. He'll still have both of us, just in a different way than he's used to. The question you should be asking yourself is what will happen if you stop this from finishing. You might be better off with a broken family in a town where everyone else still is trapped. Let him be free to have a future, muttered you. Should I trust you after everything that just happened with Julius? Oh, that baby. The one he was supposed to keep incubating until the pumpkin had shriveled in the field. I gave very clear instructions, you know. It isn't my fault that the Callaways decided it was their property, or that he decided to hatch it while it was still hungry. So the possibility, I won't lie to you about that, but I see many possibilities. It was just as likely that the baby would consume him before anyone was the wiser. Or that the pumpkin would be taken to the fair, and that the whole thing would die inside when no one else could see it suffering. Or that the pumpkin would be taken to the fair and the thing inside would die. No one would see it suffering. Sometimes, muttered you, pain is unavoidable. Julius wanted to fix for everything that had gone wrong for him over the decades of his life. Couldn't provide that, not after who he decided to become. It's already too late to stop those consequences from reaching him. What you're doing now is invading a future with no more pain. Please, let me choose the kindest path instead. I don't feel super good about this. I know how unpalatable this feels, muttered you, but pull back the curtain and it's far kinder choice. A far kinder choice than anything you've been party to this week. How does a gentle exit compare to locking Reese Kelly away in that tiny little room for the rest of his life? Think he'll ever be well enough to leave? Unlike Duke, who left behind a widow and a son to mourn him, Mika's memory will be like a passing breeze. There won't be anyone to hurt from her loss. Even you'll forget about her as soon as she's gone. The burden of remembering her is mine alone. You chose to free Charles' spirit from the library, but at the cost of so many of your years. Have you stopped to wonder how many people you haven't been able to help because of your body's frailty? I don't think you've made any wrong choices, muttered you. Enoch's legacy has simply stacked the deck against you. My daughter is one person, and she won't die in the traditional sense of the world. She'll be here, with me and her sisters. It'll be gentle, like stepping into a pool. All of these lingering threads left by your decisions can still be mended, if you let her help me. You call this truth? It's the closest I can get to it, yes. Did you know I was gonna end up here? Doesn't this throw a wrench in your plans? I did see this possibility, no, inevitability, I supposed. I hope it would be all over before you could find me. I know it can be unpleasant to watch. I hope to spare you, even if I knew in my heart that all the worthwhile roads for you to walk would bring you here right before I could finish my work. But your being here only throws a wrench into things if you're unable to grasp the weight of what you're about to do. So ask as many questions as you need to. Explore all avenues. I will answer until you understand. I think... Here's the thing. I think that... during the flashback sequence, I maintain that if someone wants to make a sacrifice, and they are of a certain maturity level, right? And it's basically guaranteed that what they sacrifice themselves for, will lead to a better outcome, and an outcome they would enjoy. More so than them not sacrificing and then feeling the guilt over that for the rest of their lives. Right? That is more palatable to me. That makes more sense to. I could sleep with I would have no issue sleeping at night if the sacrifice. If the sacrifice had to be made and they were willing to sacrifice themselves, and I know that they would hate both me and themselves. They'd hate both me and themselves if I didn't let them do that. At the same time, though, I feel like my biggest issue with this is that she very obviously is conflicted. Right? She's doing what she feels she should do, not what she wants to do. This is not a choice that she wants. This is not a choice that she wants. Sybil has just been guilting her, probably, this whole entire time, to do what's right, and, oh, you'll save all this many people, yada, yada, yada. Because, see, I feel like even if I pressed her, right? Even if I was pressing her as hard as I could, if she truly wanted to save these people, and she truly wanted to be that sacrifice, she wouldn't have said, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. She wouldn't have her hands on her face saying, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. Right? If she knew that the sacrifice, I'll use the same kind of thing, like in the earlier cutscene at the beginning, where the first daughter, they were chilling out in the village, Sybil and her first daughter, and, the daughter had the vision, came to the mother, and it's like, this is gonna happen, and it's going to happen, so you need to do this. You need to absorb, and you need to put a stop to it. You need to get strong and take my energy. Consume me, let me become one part of you, and then strengthen you, and then you could stop this from happening, right? However, I feel like even if I know I didn't in that moment, but in that cutscene, if I would have said no, I'm not going to do that. We would have all died, but also she would probably be very upset and hate me for that. She wouldn't say, if I said, no, I don't want you, I want you to live good. I don't think that's gonna happen, I want you to live good. She wouldn't be like, oh yeah, you're right actually, I should live forever. You're right actually, we should just live a lot. So, I think ultimately, I think I'm gonna grab Kanika and pull her free. Because if she, again, just to boil it down in case I was unclear, because I could be unclear. If she truly wanted to sacrifice herself, like the first daughter did, she wouldn't have said, I don't know, when I started pressing her. I understand perfectly what you're asking, but I would never agree. This stops now. Hold on, did I save this here? Good, because if this doesn't save her, it stops now. You reach forward, grabbing Kanika by the arm and doing your best to wrangle her free from her mother's grasp. She's all but given up, her wrists limp in your grasp, her eyes dim and resigned. You pull as hard as you can, expending more effort on this action than you have on any one movement in your life. But effort alone isn't enough. Your body is weaker than it used to be. The witch is stronger. Why do you care so much about what happens to me? It's better if I go. No. Slipping through, you failed to persuade somebody forgotten. Kanika is pulled away from you, and the dream floods back in. For a second, you struggle to remember why you were here. There's also a weight in your chest, an emotion, unmoored from its source. Your heart is beating fast. You were looking for someone, or maybe you found them, but... Oh, that's right, you're trying to find Carmilla. Carmilla? Missing achievement data. Don't you, I'm glad you were able to find your way here. Carmilla? Worried everyone had forgotten about me. I don't know how long I've been stuck here. Hope it's not too late. We need to get back to town. We need to help Stella and Tabitha and everyone else. But before that... She wraps her arms around you, pulling you into embrace. She smells like herbal smoke and pine needles with the vaguest undercurrent of coconut. There's a comfort in the smell. It reminds you of something. And when she pulls away, you find yourself missing it. Wish you could keep chasing that half-forgotten dream. Those half-forgotten dreams, but they're only dreams. Thank you, Metachu, for caring enough to come and save me. Of course you cared, after the two of you spent all of yesterday looking for Stella together. Even though you've only known each other a scant few days, it's only right that you come looking for her when she needed your help. I don't know what I would have done without you. Now let's get out of here, before we both get sucked back into the dream. Where did I come to save you from? This place that took me out of the world, trying to isolate me, to erase me. Was there something... Was there someone else here? This figure's the one that were dancing around through the illusions? All this is meant to confuse us. Don't let it make you doubt your reality. You and I are alone here. Everything else is a dream. How do we leave? Take my hand. This is so sad. This is so sad. Her hand finds yours, her grip light and delicate. Now that we're together, the illusion can't hold us here anymore. Let's go home. She tugs gently, and the world shifts nauseatingly around you. It feels like you're being buoyed upwards, ascending rapidly, the dream rushing away like water down a drain until finally you surface. I wonder if there's a way to get Camilla... Oh. I wonder if there's a way to get Camilla and Kanika. Landfill. You're outside. It's raining. Wait, what? Why don't I have the wagonettes around anymore? I don't have... You're outside. It's raining. You have no idea where you are. Tulip, JD! Oh. The Witch actually finished Chapter 5. Only one major content update remains until the story reaches its conclusion in the final chapters. Wait, what? Oh, so they're gonna do one... Oh, okay. So are they gonna... They're probably gonna upgrade, like, the whole of the game, then. It's gonna be, like, a big, major content update. Okay, I see. Oh, wait, they increased... Did they add more? They added more. What? Or was I only at... Because I didn't have... What? I'm confused. There was only 10 before. I'm not crazy. This is the end of episode 5. Only one major content update remains until the story reaches its conclusion in the final chapters. Stay tuned for updates on this final release by joining our Discord, following us on social media, or signing up for our newsletter. Please save your game now. I'll start a new save. Alright. Scarlet Hollow. Alright. That's been Scarlet Hollow. The first playthrough. We're doing so many others because I refuse to let Kanika... I need a Kanika save file. So yeah. So I guess this is what it means. I guess this is what it means when it tells you that being weak and frail is sucks. But yeah. Is there anything... I just want to go to the main menu. I don't really care about there being a secret end credit scene or anything. Wait, hardcore mode? In Scarlet Hollow provides an opportunity to avoid making a game-defining sacrifice. Hardcore mode removes these opportunities, but you'll be able to select a third trait. This is the darkest world state. I don't agree to suffer. Not yet. Not yet. Not yet. No, not yet. Wait. Okay, so I guess at the end of every chapter, there's like a big defining thing that you can do. And, yeah, so I'm not doing hardcore. Maybe. That'd be fun eventually, not right now. Anyway, yeah, this has been Scarlet Hollow. I've never actually finished it before, so this is so sad. It's so sad that it's over, but it's not over yet, technically. There's gonna be major content update. There's gonna be a major content update, and then after the major content update, what is it? It's after the major content update, they'll probably do chapter 6 and 7, or they might release them both at the same time. I don't know. But, yeah. I hope y'all enjoyed. I most certainly did. If you want to head to the Discord, !Discord in the chat. I should just have the Discord on like the lower thing. I should just have the Discord down here. That'd be such a good idea. That'd be such a good idea. That'd be really such a good idea. I know. Hey, it's actually it's excellent now. That's fine. So yeah, I'll just do !Discord in the to join the Discord. Notifies you when I go live. It also just, you know, it's got a bunch of stuff in there. Game suggestions, all that junk. So yes, I hope y'all enjoyed, because I most certainly have, and I will see y'all next time for more. Alright. Later, guys. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Tomorrow's the hat in time. Tomorrow's the hat in time. Tomorrow's the hat in time. What's it called? Tomorrow we're playing a hat in time. Hat in time. Hat in time. Hat in time. Hat in time.